a star, like another city, the driver's side fly. Gucci large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch, this one time for the text, this one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Leroy just had a take, but I couldn't hear him because I was starting the show. He wanted to do sports takes right before we started. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
You know why.
Why? What do you mean?
Why you gotta?
You're like, ah.
Like,
Listen. I was like,
I'm just having small talk before the show. Are we not supposed to like?
No, we were having small talk, and then you started sports talk.
Okay.
And I was like, what? Well,
I'll ask you something that won't go in there. Who won between Paul and Arthur Feast last night?
You asking me a tennis question?
There you go.
I don't know.
Sports question.
I don't know.
There you go.
I couldn't tell. I don't even know who that is. When you said Paul, I heard you asking Hollywood.
Yeah, he's a local.
I thought you were saying Jake Paul. Like, I didn't know if Jake Paul's not taking on tennis players.
He was a local, and so I started watching it, and it was like a heated battle, and then I fell asleep.
Okay.
So, I guess.
What time was that? What were you watching? Like the Miami Open goes that late?
Yeah, they have morning session and night session.
Oh,
yeah.
I watched. I was the baseball game stunk. It was basically over before it started. They lost. The Yankees won 7-0, and it was 5-0 in the blink of an eye. It was like, oh, okay. Happy opening day. Happy opening day, everybody.
Right.
It was an absolute throttling. And that was it. Like, it was like, oh yeah, Jazz. And then Giancarlo, doing his thing. But, it was not the most thrilling opening night. It was good that baseball is back, but it wasn't very competitive.
Right.
It wasn't very competitive. Now we do got a full slate of action today, which is exciting.
Yeah.
We got baseball today. We got March Madness starting up again today.
I get so let me get this. So
if you're gonna ask me about the men's and women's, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know.
No,
because you've asked me that 3 days in a row.
Because I like
how hard is this?
Women's is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
No, it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Men's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's it. Friend.
But how hard it?
But can I ask you something?
Leroy,
can I ask you something? No. Just hold on a second, Vlad. He's asked me this 2 days in a row, and he was about to ask me a third day in a row. I've never given him an answer. Did you think to yourself, I'm going to jot down to find the different days for men's and women's college basketball so I can get back to Leroy? I'm not your stenographer. Like, I don't remember all the thoughts that you've had, and yet you keep bringing up repeat questions. Do you think, now Tobin will have the answer?
Got to find some new friends.
No. I just want to know, like, why do you keep asking me what the different days are?
Anybody want to be my information
If
friend?
you saw what my bracket percentage was, you'd never ask me a college basketball question again. I'm not
asking you who's going to win.
I have the ice cube emoji on my tournament. That's how bad I had the Canes going all the way. I don't know why you keep asking me what the different days are. You might as well ask me a hockey question. I don't understand why you keep doing that. You've done it 3 days in a row. What days are the women's tournament and what day? I don't know.
Leroy, I may have to get on you because Dade South is right.
What?
And there's a computer right in front of you. You could check it out yourself instead of all those little riddles you like filling, puzzles and all of that you like.
I mean, I don't like the start of this
No,
show.
I think it's ridiculous.
I like the way this show
am I not right?
No, it's no.
Does he not have a computer that he can go
Why
look
doesn't
at his
he?
schedule?
Because this is what he thinks.
Hey, somebody said Leroy thinks Tobin is an AI.
Yeah, you think I'm like the thing Hawk has, the Claude. You think I should come back with a British accent and be like, actually, Leroy, the women play.
Wait a minute.
On
Well,
Friday.
you
Not
do
just
like
a rocket.
accents.
What is this
You
abuse
do
I'm
like
taking?
accents.
I remember when Leroy talked to a tape, show his story.
That's true. That did happen. But I just don't like you've come at me with that question.
Just in the nick of time.
Oh, look who it
Just in the
is.
nick of time.
I just don't understand why I keep getting the same questions. That's all.
Well, now I have an answer. You won't get it anymore.
Until the next one.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I know.
Sure. No, not that question, but you'll find a new one. And that'll be the next one that you're going to ask multiple days around. What is the difference? Why would you think I know that? Like as long as we've known each other, I understand we have a, radio host sports dynamic. We also have a friend dynamic. I'm not supposed to know everything on every sport. I'm not TV Guide.
I got to tell you.
What?
I'm not liking our friendship right now.
I
You're being
don't like
very
you.
abusive. You're being very
I'm
mean.
not being abusive.
You're being mean.
I love how you play victim, Leroy.
You are.
I love how you play victim, but when it's time for you to shoot at everybody else about their size, their weight, their height, you be
That's different.
No, that's not.
I don't think it is.
No. You go in. You have the energy's not the same. Right now, you playing victim right now. I want the same energy.
All right.
Anyway, March Madness resumes tonight. The men's.
I love the way you start the conversation. I'm starting after we get done with this 5-minute argument, right?
I just wanted to say
and then we start off when men's basketball starts tonight.
Well, that
was my whole point.
But you also had to. Well, when do the women start? What days do they play? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't. I'm sorry.
All right.
Maybe that doesn't make me an equal opportunist. I apologize. But to be fair, I'm watching very little men's college basketball as well.
You're good. You did your best.
You didn't.
What do you mean?
You didn't. Just what I said.
Just random headphones.
That's just random.
All right. Can we get to some more pressing news?
Yeah, we can't get to more. Some what?
I want to get the Heat. They won.
He's unbelievable.
What?
Nothing.
That was going to be your next comments?
Nope.
No?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, his next comments would be headlines.
Does it matter what my next comments are?
Oh, yes, because the headlines are sponsored.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do you want to give us the headline sponsor?
Do you think?
No. You do your thing. No. You want to? I'm sure. Go ahead. What's the sponsor?
Hold on.
He doesn't open your rundown, so how would he?
I don't know. We've only said it for the the entire week. We've been doing the same sponsor. The fine people at Doral Kia have been sponsoring us forever. What's the sponsor?
I think you should just go ahead and say it.
You always pay less with your
Pricito
at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Home of the Pricito.
It is home of the Pricito. It is home of the Pricito. Joe Flacco says teams are dumb for not signing him.
No, teams are smart.
For a starter.
Go ahead, Leroy. Why aren't teams not signing him?
Okay.
Joe Flacco's upset.
Let me give you what the Joe Flacco experience is. Joe Flacco's going to start the season, and whoever he plays for, they're going to say, what a great signing. They might start 4-1. He's going to throw for 300 and 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Incredible. But that 5th or 6th week, he's going to look like he can't move. He's done this everywhere he's gone, including Cleveland when they went to the playoffs. He got comeback player of the year and played a month. But when Joe Flacco runs out of gas, holy smokes. So that's why they don't make him a starter.
His quote, 41-year-old
You know
Joe.
what you are? Here's what you are, Joe.
Do you think Joe Flacco's upset that people don't treat him like Aaron Rodgers? Do you think that's what it is? Because he said, here's his quote.
Got the same amount of Super Bowls.
He says, believe me, I wish I was a guy somewhere, and I think teams are dumb for not having me be that guy. He said, not being one of those guys to sign somewhere, pisses me off a little bit. But at the same time, I'm very happy to be here. He re-signed with the Bengals as a backup.
So here's what I would say.
He's Joe Burrow's backup.
Here's what I would say.
You'll probably get playing time.
There are 3 quarterbacks in the National Football League that all have the same kind of game as Joe Flacco.
Jameis
Winston, Joe Flacco, and who's the other one?
Gino?
Gino had a good year. Kirk Cousins, no.
How did you say that you have 3 guys, but you didn't have the 3 guys?
I had him. It was on top of mine. And then
Very clearly not.
Yeah.
-1.
Wow.
I mean, he did get you because you said three guys like Joe Flacco. You said Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco. How can a guy that's being compared be in the same group?
Hall of Fame first segment here from Captain Dumbass. I'll take it.
Does Joe Flacco know the last time he threw for 3,000 yards? Do you want to know?
2018?
Very close, 2017.
Yeah. I mean, you got to play. You got to play.
He definitely. Who do you think? It's definitely got to be a Rodgers thing. I think that's what it's got to be.
I would say that Jameis Winston is more appealing than Joe Flacco because he's younger.
Yeah, but he's a baseball announcer now.
The what?
Jameis Winston. He was on the Netflix broadcast last night. He was one of their correspondents. Remember, he had he played baseball.
Yeah,
you know, making crab leg jokes. He's having a good time.
So is he even playing basketball? I mean, football this year?
I gotta imagine he's with somebody.
He's still a backup for the Giants.
Yeah, he's still under contract.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, him that locker room, dude. Him and Scattaboo and Jackson Dart.
Did you hear Scattaboo saying
CTE is not real and asthma doesn't exist?
Yeah. I saw a quote today. I don't even know if it's real because the things that are coming out of Cam Scattaboo's mouth are concerning.
or look, very conducive to him being hit in the head too much.
Right.
Right. And he doesn't even realize it.
I think there was a quote. I don't know if it's real, but he said that his favorite fruit is the jelly filling of an Uncrustable.
That's something you guys would say.
And I don't know if it's real or not, but I would totally believe it.
Can I say
You
this?
guys would say that.
Can I say this? I have never eaten an Uncrustable
Oh, they're good.
in my life.
They're the best.
But you don't like eating fruits or anything like that either. So
No. What are you kidding me?
fruits.
I eat oranges and apples
vegetables.
every day.
Okay.
Vegetables can kick rocks, but right? No. But I am a big fan of fruit.
Okay.
When I go golfing in the summer, pack a bag of little sliced oranges. Good for you.
All right. All right. Any hoodles. We'll take a break. When we come back, 15 minutes of heat. Next. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
I think I should be quiet longer, evidently.
Was that?
Yesterday. Didn't realize they could hear me.
Who?
Your guy yesterday.
Wolf?
Wolf.
Yeah, he didn't like you taking shots at his tooth, which I don't understand. Like, you obviously are walking around with that tooth. You know what it is.
And
It's not like a surprising thing.
And the picture, he was looking down at his phone, so we're just
We had a very intense angle of the one tooth. To be fair to him, he did.
right. I'm like,
And like we got a
right.
it was right up there. I mean, we were basically in gap cam.
I wanted to say, hey, you got a little
that
chicken.
dental angle.
I wanted to say, hey, you got a little chicken stuck in your back tooth. How do you know? I can see right through.
Oh man, 50 minutes of heat brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Heat snapped their losing streak yesterday, dude. They beat the Cavaliers 120 to 103. A big fourth quarter
game.
after the Miami Heat were just nailing every three whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everybody too.
Everybody was hitting threes.
Tyler was feeling froggy. He took one from almost the logo.
He did. Tyler was hitting threes. Davion was hitting threes. Norm was hitting threes. They started. So the big thing is they started Norm and Tyler. They changed up the starting lineup, and so Spo went with the Olay twins in the starting group, and he put Pelle back on the bench. Which look, Pelle was so good in this game. It doesn't matter. You can put Pelle Larsson anywhere. He's going to come in there. He's going to make an impact. He's going to dive all over the floor because he's a maniac. That's how he is.
Right.
And so they have this incredible first half where they're just hitting every three. And then, hello, third quarter, my old friend.
The good news is normally when they have a third quarter, they go into the fourth quarter down double digits.
Yep.
This one, because I guess it almost seemed like they were aware of third quarter. So they said, let's get a pretty big lead so we can absorb third quarter. So it ended up being close. But what did you think when the game was tied and then the Cavs took their first lead?
Didn't feel good.
Right. Are you thinking, here we go?
I was feeling, it was before that. It was when Jaime won the tip, but Schroeder ended up with it. And then kicked it to Donovan Mitchell for a three at the end of the shot clock.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I was like, because like when plays like that go your way, or they go against you for the Heat, it just starts feeling like, all right, it's going to be another one of those
Here we
nights.
go again.
Yeah.
And like, it's very hard with the Miami Heat to not say, here we go again. And so I was pleasantly surprised at how they were able to bounce back in the fourth quarter. Now, my question is this. You have a rotation that actually looked really good. Is he going to stick with that, or is he going to keep finagling the lineup?
It's hard to say because a couple things did go to set up because the big change of it was yesterday. They closed with Davion, Norm, Bam, Ware, and Pelle. And I think Pelle's going to close every game because that's just what it is. Bam's obviously going to close every game. Davion's usually going to close every game. Will he keep closing with Kel'el Ware? I don't know. Kel'el played amazing yesterday. It was one of the.
I saw him trying to run fast. It was
exciting. Yeah,
awkward, but very nice.
It was exciting to see him play like that. And it was exciting to see him. And like immediately he comes out of the gate because everybody's hitting threes. He hits a couple of threes, but he was so good defensively in that second half, and especially in the fourth quarter with what he was doing, moving his feet, what he did against Mobley. That huge block that he had on Mobley was an absolute monster. And I don't know if he's going to keep doing it because a couple things did switch up for the Heat in that fourth quarter yesterday that kind of led to it. Like Jaime got hurt, he twisted an ankle, and as he was starting to get going, and then Wiggins got in foul trouble. Remember, Wiggins got his fifth foul on that trickery from James Harden where he gets you to foul the 3-point shooter. So
I mean, we got a guy that does the same thing, just not as known for it.
What, Norm?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Norm hasn't been getting that call.
Oh no, you see him all the time. He tries.
He's very frustrated. He's been trying to get that call. But Ware yesterday was incredible. And then Erik Spoelstra in the locker room yesterday. This was put out by Heat social media. this was very exciting because Kel'el Ware was a plus 32 yesterday, which was his season high in 20 minutes, by the way. And he was incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Love seeing the Kryptonian play like that yesterday. But this was Spo in the locker room yesterday. And here's what he had to say.
Hello.
Can't get the volume on here because Vlad just dipped out. So
I can try.
it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Okay.
The point is, he gathers everybody around the locker room, and he looks at Kel'el Ware, and he goes, plus 32. He goes, that changes things for us, man. I was like, that's kind of Goosies. Because and then Spo also had this thing afterwards where he was saying, because Kel'el was in a real bad funk. And I was like, it was so bad. It was like, I'm searching for a reason. Like, what the hell's going on here? Is this young? Is this injury? What the hell? Like, this guy wasn't playing like this before his shoulder injury. Is it just slumps? Is it swoons? Because he, I don't know. Searching. But you do see when he is at his best, it does give the Heat a different dynamic.
Sure.
And especially when him and Bam play together.
Absolutely. I mean, the alley-oop from Bam.
Wow. That was Goosey's galore.
That was something special.
That was so good.
I'm like,
right on Mobley's head.
Yeah, well, he jumped at Bam. And
he tried to double up Bam, and then he goes, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But you know what that looked like? That's what was happening with Wemby.
Yeah.
The same exact scenario. You let penetration, you let the guy get into the paint, and then Wemby's just floating around the rim. Kel'el's floating around the rim. He gets alley-oop.
So good. It was such an enjoyable. And then Pelle Larsson, dude. This guy.
He is king intangible right now. I mean,
you're declaring him king of the intangibles.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Look.
What is the intangible king like? What throne does he sit on? Does it like I picture furs, like almost in Vikings.
Yeah.
Like
he's leaned back
like Ragnar.
Wait, he's tired from he's tired from diving for all those balls.
That's exactly
right.
That's how I feel Pelle Larsson plays.
It's like the one thing I like is usually when we say something like this about somebody, he doesn't score. But Pelle gets to the rim. He's good around the rim. He can shoot the three. He does all the other stuff too, but his energy on the defensive end, it almost gets everybody else going.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is the energy that's required, guys.
And the loose balls. Like the one yesterday where Jaime airballs it and then just Pelle just like flies out of nowhere to go get the loose ball, gets it to Kel'el, and he finds Jaime for the dunk. I was like, that swung the game.
Pelle with the melee.
Dude, he really is. Like he's so impressive. And I love that energy that he's able to bring to the team. It really is. It's so infectious for everybody else.
And that's like it's I would say to like a lot of people that when people ask me about how I play, I said I wasn't good, it wasn't great, but I was infectious, meaning that when people saw me break tackles and fight and scratch and claw and run over people, it motivated them to play with a certain type of intensity. And so I could do that. And so when I watch Pelle and I see like, yeah, you say you want to hustle, you say you want to get the 50-50 balls. Well, here's what it looks like. So if you're not going to be a part of this, then just let us.
You see that fake intangible Sam Merrill feel a little froggy? And it's like you're going against the king intangibles.
He's closer to dunks than he is to
Yeah,
Pelle.
it's like,
he's shooting 3-pointers.
Pipe down, Sam Merrill.
I think, isn't he like leading the league in threes?
He's a very good 3-point shooter.
Right. But that's not intangible.
I mean, like, he thinks he's intangibles. Like there's levels to this intangibles game.
Right.
And you're not Pelle Larsson.
Right.
You're just not. You think you have intangible qualities, but you don't. Pelle Larsson is the king of intangibles. He sits on the furs on the Viking chair.
Right.
This was a Spo in the locker room afterwards.
Hello. Damn right, man. You're big. You're big tonight. Plus 32. And you're big. Plus 32. Do that. That changes things for us. Right?
What Kel'el say? Does that mean that I'm gonna get more than 5 minutes tomorrow?
No, I think they're on the same page. They had a meeting. Supposed to they had a meeting.
So one of the things that I like about that is if you think about all the comments with Kel'el, they've never been that. That's kind of like the first time we've heard Spo openly say nothing but good things about Kel'el.
I've noticed though over the last couple, like when people have asked about him even struggling, he's been very good cop. Like I feel like he knows. I respect that about Spo. Like I think he knows sometimes. Like he went very hard on him. Even yesterday, he started off the game. He has the 2 threes, but he has 7 rebounds in his first stint, and you can see it. And they go to the camera goes to him on FanDuel of Kel'el coming out, and you could just see immediately like Spo goes like right to him, gives him the old pat on the tummy, and then Kel'el's got even Kel'el, who pretty like doesn't show a ton of emotion all the time. You could see him even smile like
right,
you know. And I was like, oh,
right.
It felt good. It felt good to see that.
That's when you know that is a good relationship, right? That you can have all the things go on during the year, but it always gets to that point. When you know it's not, is when, you know, the response is, I should have been playing all year. Like, you know, because the whole thing with Kel'el is Kel'el wanted to go in and then play. And Spo wanted him to go in and just show that intensity right away.
Chase said that Pelle overreacted to Sam Merrill. Well, listen, don't
Wait,
start.
You know what he said? I'm the only intangible in this court.
That's right.
Intangible fight.
What's
that gonna look like?
I mean, I think Pelle smokes him.
Like a chest bumps, but no swings.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it's non-intangibles, you know what they do? Swing and miss.
Yes.
Like they want the credit,
get the whole
for
back.
being a tough guy. Right. Get the whole back. Did anybody hold Pelle back? They just let him.
They just let him go.
Because they ain't gonna do that.
The only 3 guys like you're genuinely like scared of right now are like Bobby Portis, James Johnson, and Beef Stew. Like those are the 3 guys. I'm like, oh, they're gonna fight.
Right.
Everybody else they're gonna look like they want to fight. But those are the guys that'd be like, oh no, there's gonna be contact. They're gonna maybe Amen Thompson.
Oh goodness, yes. I never during the game never had none of that. Everybody would just say, don't mess with him. He's a little crazy.
Crazy. Magman says, watch Tobin say Bam was good in the third when the Heat had their worst quarter. He was good in the third. Like, how can you objectively say that he wasn't good in the third quarter? He was the only guy. If he scores 4 baskets and everybody else is 3 for 21, how could you say that he wasn't the only one that was good?
Yeah, here's the problem I have with plus minuses. Because Bam played most of the third quarter and the team had a third quarter. That's on his record too, right? That 17-point comeback. And so, like, yeah, the guys that he didn't play stayed positive. So he didn't play Kel'el that much in the third.
He did though. Like he did play good.
Yeah, but he still get that team credit for that minus.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but like, you know, the whole thing basically swung on threes yesterday in that performance because the Heat were killing it from 3, and then I think they went 0 for 10 in the third quarter. It was crazy.
That's about how that goes.
But look, Mobley had Bam in hell in the first half.
Right.
I think the thing that I liked is that Bam actually like kept going, like he kept shooting
Third quarter,
in spite of it.
What did he score? 12 points in that third?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bam was taking
And they
over.
scored, I think, only 20.
Right.
You know? So like it's crazy. Like I don't understand.
I mean, he got the memo. And that's the one thing I appreciate about it is that we've had so many times where the team starts going through this. And it happens to every team, but most teams have the guy that says, okay, I'm going to take over. And Bam has started, recently saying, okay, I got to do something.
Yeah. But
I don't want to be in a play-in.
He's made that clear.
Yeah.
They are still
Where's
in the play-in.
Atlanta? Because Atlanta's been playing
6th?
crazy.
I think they are.
Atlanta's been out of their
game.
mind. What, 14 to 15?
Yesterday, Philly won. They got Joel Embiid back. They beat the Bulls. I think they put almost 160 on the Bulls yesterday. The Bulls have they've completely tanked. Like they were like, we're not going to be in Play-in Ville. We're going to be in lottery land. Like they
They've accepted their fate.
Yeah, they traded away everybody. They're like, we are finally gonna do this thing. We're going to lottery land. And I gotta get to this Adam Silver. I mean, what a bum. But the Bulls yesterday got drubbed, and it was Paul George's return from the juice suspension, and Joel Embiid came back.
Yep.
But they're I think a half game up on the Heat, and then everybody's like very bunched up right there.
Right.
Very close. Like the Heat are a half game up now on Hornets and Magic, but that's only because they didn't play yesterday.
You're rooting for us today, aren't you?
Who are you playing?
The Hornets.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not rooting for you. I'll just like whatever the reaction is. I'll be like, okay, that was a good thing that happened.
You'd be happy if we beat Hornets.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm not really getting over. I'm just worried right now about the Heat, Vlad. I'm not scoreboard watching.
Vlad, let me say this. Anytime you have to hope for your arch nemesis to win, you're already in a bad spot. I don't care what the circumstances are.
Yeah, if like it came down to like the last game of being in Play-in Ville or not being in Play-in Ville, then I guess they could say I was rooting for you. But no, today I'm just gonna live my life, Vlad. And whatever happens, even if the Horns win, I'm like, that's a shame. Still in Play-in Ville though. I'm not getting out of Play-in Ville.
It's
win
a
or lose
win-win
today.
for you, actually. If the Knicks win, you can say, you got one catching up to Charlotte.
It's tough that
If
the Horns.
Charlotte wins, you got the stinking Knicks.
Charlotte is a very fun team, objectively. They really are a lot of fun. You know, between LaMelo, Con Kniffel, Brandon Miller, that's a fun team. The only guy I don't like on the team is that Grant Williams.
Grant Williams, didn't they have Bain?
No.
Where did Bain sign?
Bain's with Orlando. Bain's with Orlando. Very ornery. Very ornery.
He's a kind of a grump. He's always been that way.
I think you'd be happy being out of Memphis.
I mean, but you say I'm out of Memphis and then you end up in Orlando.
There's nothing wrong with Orlando.
Happiest place on earth.
That's Gemlando, baby.
You know, does he go to the teacups?
If you have kids, you can always send them. Yeah, bring them to Disney World.
Yeah. It's got to be amazing. Do you think the Magic get like special passes? They have the jersey.
You
pass,
would hope so.
Right?
It's got to be, right?
I get like fast pass all the time if I play for the Magic, I would think.
I would definitely get fast pass.
We get tickets.
Who's we?
I can get 2 tickets.
So you get tickets.
Yeah.
You can get tickets.
You mean like the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh. No, but
then it costs me $100 a ticket to do fast pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's still
Yeah.
you're relieving yourself from some money anyway.
You're saving about $200-300.
Take a break here on the program. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Got some fun guests coming up here on the program today. Marlins skipper Clayton McCullough is going to join us on the program today. He will join us around 1 o'clock. So we'll talk to the Marlins skipper. We are on the eve of Marlins season. They get going tomorrow against the Colorado Rockies from Lone Depot Park. And I was watching the news today. They were talking about the Marlins machete. Someone's got to take that down on opening day, yeah? Like that's got to be a goal.
That's going to be a popular.
Can we search that out?
Are we going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going. We're broadcasting there tomorrow, dude.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm because
Yeah.
You can't just be
willy-nilly.
Yeah, willy-nilly by driving all the way down there at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I wasn't willy-nilly. I told you we were doing it on Tuesday.
Yeah, but you didn't confirm.
I got to side with Leroy. It is.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's still the station.
You kind of threw it out there, but I wasn't going to mention it because I didn't know. I think.
All right, but this is an off the air thing. We'll. I don't want to venture down
that's
somewhere.
where we do most of our conversations on air that are supposed to be off air.
Not the one that I told you we were doing it on Friday.
I mean, we started the show with off the air conversations. So.
I mean, we started the show with him wanting to know the schedule of women's basketball, and he's asked me 3 straight days.
Well, that's an off-the-air conversation.
His first off-the-air conversation was asking me about the Heat game. I said, we can talk about this literally in 2 seconds.
I got to tell you, I'm not liking the way the day has gone.
This first hour has been attack Leroy.
Yeah.
Don't make him a sympathy figure now.
I'm not making.
He's brought it upon himself.
No, it's definitely he brought it upon himself, but it's just weird that he can't handle it. He doesn't have the same energy when it's being given to him.
Because it's so much fun when it's somebody else.
It's easy to be,
I mean, that's just being honest.
It's tough being the dartboard, huh?
Much rather be the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Where do you get these sayings from?
I don't know. Do we still have the dartboard of doom around here anywhere?
Wow. I thought
there
it
it
was
is.
there the entire time.
I see it.
Oh, okay.
And then Brady Hawk's going to join us next hour. We'll talk a little Heat basketball with Brady.
All right.
One of the best in the business talking
that's
Miami
a
Heat.
Cool name.
Brady Hawk. Yeah, it is a cool name. It is a cool name.
Sounds
like
like a
you're
name
doing
from
something important.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like a guy that should be in Michigan.
Yeah, or just like missions.
Oh, missions.
Missions just in general.
Missions in Michigan.
But speaking about, you see this Adam Silver? What a hack, right? I mean, this guy
What
said,
now?
Nah, just like
Let us know.
he's just a bum.
Why is he a bum now, Tobin?
Because yesterday, I don't know where this press conference was, right? But I see all these clips going around, right? And people are upset because of the 65-game rule. And I got to tell you, rats off a ship on people who don't want the 65-game rule. You players did it to yourself, okay? Too much load management. You got a 65-game rule. I'm sorry for Cade Cunningham. I'm sorry that we've had an unfortunate string of injuries to the best players. But guess what? 65-game rule seems sound by me. I was listening to, I can't believe the great point by Jaylen Brown. He goes, look, I didn't want the 65-game rule, but don't all of a sudden be upset now. You made a rule. You stick to it. And all these media members, all these podcasters are like, oh, but I don't know who to vote for. Well, you wanted this rule because you were upset about all the load management. Now you're upset because you can't make an all-NBA ballot. Kiss my ass. Sorry, them's the breaks.
So I agree with that. What's crazy about all of this is the guys who aren't, like, injuries happen. And what we've done here is we've gotten load management in the same kind of bag as injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be a separation of the two. But here's why I'm glad they didn't do it. Because some team is going to just keep writing down boo-boo. Oh, hamstring.
Yeah.
Oh, and so it's going to
There's already finagling going on with it.
Right.
Like, it's unfortunate. Look, it's unfortunate that somebody might miss out on a certain award.
And how about this? 5 years from now, when you say who was the MVP, are you going to say, oh, because he was the only one who qualified?
No.
Right.
I don't think so.
Right.
Like, if SGA doesn't win the MVP this year and Jaylen Brown does because he played more games, like, oh, that was the year because, like, nah, Jaylen Brown had a good season too. Like, okay, those were the rules. Those are the rules. And the thing, this started when Joker got hurt, and because Joker's impenetrable, and you're like, oh, he never gets hurt. And all of a sudden everybody's like, well, how are we going to do this without Joker? And now it's happening with and now it's happening with Cade Cunningham. It's like, yeah, Cade Cunningham's having an incredible year. It's unfortunate he's going to miss out on probably all NBA because of this,
Right.
because of a punctured
They
lung.
just got favorites.
It sucks. I'm sorry that
Luka's
happened.
gonna win it anyway.
No, but here's the thing. This is why.
Well, it's all NBA. There's 5 guys,
Right.
You know,
And there's
Okay,
like
all
six,
NBA, right?
and there's like 6 guys that can make first team all NBA, but they all have the favorites because they all love the foreign players. So the one true American player that they're really liking is Cade, and because he's hurt, there's a chance he might not make first team.
yeah, it sucks.
Right.
That really.
The other problem is here's what I don't like about that. I don't like when there's rules that mess with people's money.
I agree with that. Yeah,
and,
it should
and,
all be.
And so you shouldn't have something tied into health or tied into a number of games,
Mhm.
that affects the amount of money you can make in the future.
Yes,
That's
I
a
don't
bit
disagree with
unfair.
that. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Like, if you're losing out on an award and that affects your pay, now it doesn't affect Cade because he's already qualified for Super Uber Duper Max.
Yeah,
He got it last year.
There's
but-
the max, and then there's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
max.
But I agree with you on that. But as far as the awards, like, no, like it's unfortunate. Unfortunate things happen in sports. Happens all the time.
And the thing about Jaylen Brown, who's a Moose who plays a lot of games, right? He shouldn't be punished because the guy only plays half the games that he played.
Right. Like that's I don't understand why this is one of those things where everyone's like, oh, we did this.
Nobody complained about it like this when the rule was made.
No.
Everybody was
Everybody
actually
was-
kind of excited.
Everybody was furious that there was a point. Do you want to lower the games? Okay, you can. I'm for you. If you want to go next year, you want to say 60, fine, do it. But the rules this year are the rules this year.
What are 75% of the games? 75% of it'd be almost 60.
Yeah. If you want to make it 60, I don't care.
I would say if you play 75% of the games, then you should absolutely qualify. For
Sure.
it, because and that takes into account injuries and stuff like
Sure. You want to do that rule next year? Make it 20. You miss 22 games. Fine. I don't. But the rule is this year. It's in place. I don't want to be like, oh, this needs to be uprooted.
that. Only missing 17 games in an 82-game season with like a lot of guys mostly getting ready for that run
Mhm.
at the end, the playoff run. Because keep in mind, your playoffs are long.
Mhm.
And so a lot of coaches
for
do
some
that
teams,
for some.
but not everybody's going to have the long run.
Right. No, I got you.
That's a good point.
No, like
No,
it's
it's true.
in theory, it's a long run.
But it's not for some teams.
Like,
Yeah, like-
for the Heat, they've been done in April the last 3 years.
So not for Mr. Play-in. Like the play-in teams, like if you get out of the first round.
But even like, yeah, I feel like the reason this rule exists is for like Kawhi Leonard. They haven't had a long run. When's his
Right.
last long run? 2019?
right.
Like, it's never been with the Clippers.
I think we make rules sometimes that are counterproductive because they only apply to a couple of guys. Like when you say you can't get postseason awards because you don't play enough games. Well, who does that really apply to? What, 5 guys in the whole entire league that have that?
Yeah, and this year it happens to be like 4 out of the 5 are probably the best guys, but that's okay.
Right.
Sorry that happened.
But,
The
yeah.
NBA is going to screw themselves because there's going to be a whole bunch of guys that qualify for the super duper that probably shouldn't qualify for the super
But,
duper.
but that's the thing. That's what I said. Is their fascination with the foreign players is the reason why this is going to happen. Because Wemby's missed time.
Yeah.
SGA's missed time.
Mhm.
Jokic has missed time. And Luka's missed some time.
Right.
So those are the 4 guys that's probably going to get first team.
This is not even the thing I wanted to talk about, though. I wanted to talk about is Adam Silver, who's never going to do anything.
So what did he do now?
He said yesterday, this is from Tim Bontemps' Twitter, Adam Silver on tanking, quote, "We are going to fix this, full stop." And you say full stop when you mean it. You mean business. And let me tell you something. He's not going to.
Stat.
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 Full stop.
You know what? He can't fix it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Adam. First of all, Adam Silver's not going to fix anything. You want to know why? Because he doesn't fix anything. Okay. What does he do? He adds a tournament to something? Like, he doesn't fix anything. All right. If anything, he's commissioner cover-up. Like, that's all he does. He just sweeps problems under the rug. So you think that this guy, all of a sudden, he's going to come down from the mountain and he's going to be like, I have the solution to fix it. No, you don't. You don't fix anything, Adam Silver.
Well,
It's already fixed because you're not guaranteed the number one pick if you have the most losses.
I mean, he kind of guaranteed you Play-in-Ville. I mean, without Play-in-Ville, you guys might not make the playoffs.
Last year. In other years, we would have made the playoffs. There's never been the only
They've
time.
never not had a home game except last year.
Yeah, last year they're the only 10th seed in history to make it to the playoffs. Normally, the 10th seed is just there to get their head lopped
which
off.
is what I'm saying. No Play-in-Ville, there would be no, if it was just straight 8, you guys might have not made the playoffs.
Last year.
Yeah.
But the other years they would have.
If you're a 10th seed, you closer to the bottom than you are.
Because
You're closer to 15 than you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, there were years that they lost as a higher seed, and then they ended up taking on the 1. That's when they beat the Bucks and made the finals.
Right.
So, if there's anybody who should be mad about the play-in, I guess it would be the Bucks.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
They should be mad. Be like, what did you do to us? But he's not going to do anything. Like, I'm so sick of this guy.
What is there to do, though? You already have
Nothing.
a plan in place that doesn't, when you tank, it doesn't guarantee you the first pick. That is enough.
How can I trust a man who says he's of action when he doesn't do any action, especially when there are real problems around the league, like teams covering up trades? Like, that's a real problem. And did he solve it?
Here we
No,
go.
he didn't do anything. What did
Here
he
we
do?
go.
He told the Heat to take a second-round pick and shut the hell up. If you really wanted to do something, Adam Silver, and show that you had some stones in your pants, all right, I would have been impressed if you would have actually said, you want to know something? We wronged the Miami Heat, and we're going to give them their pick back. But you didn't do that. So now you want to dazzle everybody with loser teams. You want to do something, Adam Silver? How about this? How about you do right by the teams that aren't going to tank? Right or wrong? You're going to do things that aren't going to tank, and you take care of those teams, not these horses ass teams that have been doing it for 3 years. And you want to act like we're going to do something about the tanking. Why don't you take care of the teams that don't tank? That's what you should do, but you don't. You know what you do? You protect the gambling teams and the scandal teams, and you tell the teams that don't tank, take a second-round pick and shut the hell up. So
Have a tournament.
No, yeah, have a tournament.
Have a tournament.
How
Play
about-
for the number one pick.
How about full stop on that? You completely turned a blind eye to the Terry Rozier scandal and told the Miami Heat, shove it up your you-know-what. Full stop, Commissioner cover-up. Shut the hell up that you're going to fix something. You're not going to fix anything. You just change with the wind. You wanted a rule, and then you changed the rule. You already changed the stupid lot of rules, and guess what? More teams wanted to tank. You're not going to do anything. Stop acting like a tough guy. You're not a tough guy. You're a sweeper. That's what you are. You're like a Roomba vacuum. You go there, bam, oh, I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck on the couch.
Sweep the leg.
Ridiculous. He stinks.
He stinks.
He stinks.
This was a peaceful conversation.
This Howard has not
And
been
then
peaceful.
when you start, you could tell it's building because you always say, and another thing.
No, it's ridiculous. Don't tell me,
He goes, and another thing.
we're going to do something about this. You're not going to do anything.
And he tans himself. You ever see it? He goes from pale to red very quickly.
Does he really?
No, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh.
That blood pressure
For a second, I was
rising
picturing Adam Silver on a yacht with like one of those reflectors.
No, you.
No,
bro.
he would-
Because then I was like, but I don't remember a tan Adam
No,
Silver.
you.
he
Like
would
you
look like a
literally. I
chicken
can.
wing.
You
Well
can
done.
see.
Yeah,
the-
because it's ridiculous. Why would this guy sit here and be like, we're going to fix something full stuff? You don't fix anything. You like the idea that you're fixing something. You're a Roomba vacuum. I can't say that word. Like, it's ridiculous. Come on. Oh, what are you going to do?
You know what he's gonna do.
What are you going to do? I tell you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to fix the lottery for the team that you want to have the star. That's what you always do. You did it with LeBron. You did it with Wemby. You did it with Cooper Flag. You do it all the time. This lottery is so fixed, dude. Get out of here. Oh, it's fixed.
You know what's crazy? The Miami Heat have never had the number one pick.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because he fixed it to have Derrick Rose go to the Bulls.
Ah, come on.
That's exactly what he did. Oh,
Wait,
Derrick
you
Rose.
would have rather have Derrick Rose?
I don't know if I would have rather had Derrick
Well,
Rose.
time out.
I'm just
What do
telling you.
mean? Would you? Of course, you would rather have
I
Derrick
mean,
Rose.
hindsight of the career, Derrick Rose. I mean, I still think Michael Beasley untapped potential. But the point is,
Hometown kid.
all of a sudden, Derrick Rose goes to Chicago. How many
Hometown.
times as a kid? Let me get this straight. It's a lottery.
Uh-huh.
It's a lottery.
Uh-huh.
And twice in 4 years, the hometown kid goes to his hometown? You kidding me?
Yeah.
What kind of crap is that?
Scripts.
And by the way, Adam, if you really want to do it, I don't know, have the bad teams get the good player. They'd stop tanking. But you do it in this wackadoodle world because you want to act like you're solving things, but you don't because you're a room. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You fix nothing. You do nothing except sweep things under the rug.
Curler? He's
Not even a curler because he never hits the mark. He never hits the mark.
He hits the mark, just not for you.
Commissioner cover-up. That's what he is, Vlad. Ridiculous.
You're upset.
Where's my frozen envelope?
You see, that's it. You see,
Where is it?
You see,
Where is it?
you're selfish.
No, I'm not selfish. I want to know. Where's my frozen envelope?
Well, maybe if your team would start losing, maybe and partake in this tanking, maybe you get a warm envelope.
How could you? Because he's going to change things. Ridiculous.
Until he gives you Kawhi.
Go expand to Belgium. Go make an NBA Belgium team. That's all you're good for.
You already got the league pass for that.
He's like, oh, what we're going to do, we're going to take it to
You
Europe.
already got the league
You already got
pass.
the league pass for that.
It's so stupid. We should go make a league in Europe.
Cancel.
Well, they have one already. You horse's ass.
Damn. Cool.
What are you talking
Not
about?
even a jackass, a horse's ass.
It's a much bigger ass. It's the Astron of the animal kingdom.
Oh, a hippo.
Wait, a hippo.
Hippo.
Yeah, a rhino.
Rhino.
Take a break. Back after this. FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. As
I'm kind of getting excited for tomorrow.
for baseball?
Yeah, just like opening day for the Marlins. I remember I used to always go to opening day for the Indians. Sometimes it was a little chilly,
Mm-hmm.
but I had my little seats behind home plate. But the thing about Cleveland is you don't want to be down low. You want to be underneath the cover up just in case. So I was right behind home plate, but underneath the like the canopy or whatever that is, the upper deck or the higher deck. And yeah, I would always go. I used to go to I went to the Cavs. I had season tickets to the Cavs till they moved.
So you saw Jordan beat their ass every year?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Man, that's something. Hey, let's get to our headlines here, brought to you by
Doral Kia, home of the Pricito.
Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. As the Heat, they snapped their losing streak yesterday. They win 120-103 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Miami still 8th in Play-in Ville.
Got to tell you.
What?
Didn't think he looked like that.
He's been here before.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been here before.
Huh.
What's up, Richie?
What's happening?
How are you, man? Just have a seat on the couch, man. Just hang out.
Did it warm your heart seeing Kel'el and Spo have that moment?
It did warm my heart,
It did.
actually. It did warm my heart. Why wouldn't it warm my heart? I loved it. It was delightful. It was very exciting to see that.
I like the fact that it went both ways. So instead of after every game having to either have a conversation about Kel'el, about what Kel'el needs to do without any positive reinforcement, I think seeing that maybe will give Kel'el the feeling that, hey, I'm on the right track. I need to keep this going.
Right.
And I always thought that if you had that sooner, would he be further along instead of fighting it? Because if you know you're going to need him, that's the thing. Like as a coach, when you get a young player and you know you're going to need him to win, shouldn't you be more positive? I'm not going to tell Spo how to do his job, but I'm going to tell you if, you treat me a certain way, it indicates to me you don't want me here.
It just felt like at a certain point he was the only guy getting the business.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know?
And we saw, so first of all, we had the Olay twins out front. They get, they let the bull through, right? And then Kel'el has to make a decision. Like he's too young to be in that spot every single game.
Olay.
Yo, whoever came up with the music was great.
They didn't Olay yesterday, though. They were hitting threes. Good for them.
Well, no, there
was a couple.
It's funny. There's nothing that makes me smile more than when I see Norm or Tyler get down in the basketball position.
Oh, yeah.
Like they spread their hands out. I'm like,
Let me tell you this. There was a lot of disrespect. And I'm happy Norm and Tyler wasn't having any of it. Sam Merrill was trying to take him.
Yeah.
right.
That's when I'm like, wait a minute.
This cannot stand.
Darius Garland talking, that's one thing.
But that's terrible. No,
But
that's bad
Sam
too, because he
Merrill-
don't play no
But
defense.
Sam Merrill should not be trying to take Norm Powell and Tyler Hero off the dribble and just shooting and just thinking he's an
Right.
offensive weapon against them.
Right.
That
He
meant-
thinking he could open up his whole bag against them.
He's like, oh,
Right.
this is good.
I don't only shoot the three. I can get to the rim too.
Mhm.
Let me show
Not
you-
on my watch.
let me show it in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, that's when you know. Like you got to take some pride. Right?
Exactly. Now,
Like you ain't giving. I used to tell people all the time, hey, there's a difference in giving up a sack to LT and giving up a sack to other guy.
mhm.
You can't give up a sack to other guy.
The bless you, Jennifer. The draft is going on. It's draft season. Okay. I believe
NFL.
the
So,
Dolphins.
The 785th mock draft.
I love it. They give me
too.
2,000 more.
Well, I'm interested in this. So yesterday it was Ohio State pro day,
Pro day.
along with others. I think
They're
it
going to
was-
have 4 or 5 guys. On the
Yeah,
first
they're gonna have a
round.
ton of guys, and
Right.
I believe John Eric Sullivan was there, Dolphins GM.
Caleb Downs, maybe looking at the safety.
Perhaps.
He was supposed to be like a top 5 pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he has a degenerative knee.
Got those medical.
We all do.
What? Is that true?
No,
Oh.
like there's just certain guys
Then why would you say we all do?
because here's why. Because here's why. When you play football long enough, things start deteriorating. So the distance between your femur and your tibia, the cartilage, it from jumping around and running around or whatever, yeah, it shrinks.
Yeah.
So we all have, we just don't know how long it's going to last. Some guys go into like a guy like Jay Ajayi. When he got to the NFL, he was bone on bone, right?
Mhm.
Like it happens.
Missed
But
that guy.
to say, and here's my thing, Vlad and Tobin, here's my thing,
And J Fick.
and JF. If you're talking about a guy who, he's not going to be a long-term. Nobody is. Like if the average career is 3, 4, 5 years, then why are you worried about years 7 and 8?
You're right. But it's also a man's job on the line. So if you know that this guy has a degenerative knee and you draft him in
And
the
you get
first
4
round,
years out of him?
and you may get 2-3 years out of him. You don't get nothing.
I think
Guess
like a
what?
running back, maybe it's one thing, but I feel like a safety, you want
That's
them
your ass.
longer, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's your-
No, I
that's your
got
job.
you. I got you. I mean, we played with a cornerback that didn't have a MCL. He played.
D Wade had a meniscus out of his knee.
Right.
You know?
What round was it? Your DB.
I don't know what round he was the starter. When
Well,
he got,
You could be a
when-
starter if you're a 3rd, 4th round pick. That's great. If you're
Yeah,
a
but at
first
some
round
point
pick,
you got to get paid.
But if you're a 1st round pick and you're drafting 1 through 11, and you know that somebody it's coming in
So-
with a bad medical report,
So
that's
right.
on you.
So here's my question. If a guy has a bad medical report but plays 7 years before it takes effect, is that good or bad? 7 years is a good time out of a. If I can get 7
More than
years out
double
of
the
every,
career.
if I can get 7 years out of all of my draft picks, that means I'm gonna be a Hall of Fame front office guy.
Let me ask you this then with this question.
Yeah,
In hindsight, because everything's hindsight,
Yeah.
knowing that what you knew about Tua, would you have
I said it when he got drafted.
what? You wouldn't, right?
Well, I said it when he got drafted. I
wouldn't.
said no, I wouldn't.
Okay.
And here's what I said. Okay. I'm not gonna draft a guy that high that has proven to be somewhat injury prone and is coming into the league with an injury.
And wouldn't that be the same with Caleb Downs?
But he's played.
He's played, but he's still, you know that he
It's
has.
just a red flag. People have the same thing.
It's a
with,
red flag, but I'm saying there's a difference of the way I looked at Tua. Tua had 2 injuries and was out, and he's coming into the league with a hip problem. Okay, this guy's never missed any time, but may have some damage to a meniscus. So
Yeah, but you weren't for them taking I think it was Jerome McCoy from Tennessee. We were when the first mocks came out, and we said he's coming off
said
an
no.
ACL. You're like, nah.
nah, right, nah. But he's coming off of an injury.
So that scares you. If it's
That
direct,
scares me.
but not a predictive injury.
Right, especially here, especially a position that there's a demand to perform right away. See, here's the only reason why I accepted the Tua thing, even though I said I would have taken a healthier guy, right? The only reason why
Mhm.
I said, okay, because everybody said he was going to have a red shirt year that he never had. And so when the plans changed, then it's like, come on.
Well, the thing out of the draft yesterday, I didn't even want to talk about Caleb Downs. Apparently, so we had a week where T-Rex Arms was taking over for Rueben Bain. He was dropping. Well, now the shoe's on the other foot because yesterday everyone was talking about Rueben Bain's bend compared to Arvel Reese.
Oh my God.
His
So,
bend
his bend
around the corner.
Yeah,
ankles.
yeah. So like
That's
you
big.
got this photo
That's
that
big
you-
at that position.
You got this photo that Rueben Bain posted, Jennifer, of his bend. All right,
Yeah.
so you can see there. I mean, he's literally looks like he's levitating off the ground.
Yep.
You know? So yesterday, Arvel Reese had his pro day. And people were not very impressed because
He's pretty straight up.
I just think
Look.
that, between the two of them, even if he looks more fit, he's got long arms. That Arvel Reese doesn't exactly got that bend.
Can I just say this? It don't matter how long your arms are if you got them close to your face. Right? Like one of the hardest things for young guys to learn. When you're in college, you don't really use your hands. You use your speed and your athleticism to get away, right? When you get to the NFL, and part of the reason why they can play so long is a lot of the, combat up front. It's chicken fighting. It's hands. It's getting hand position. It's when you see offensive lineman, he's trying to get his hands on that chest plate.
Yep.
When you see defensive guys, they're trying to get the offensive lineman off balance. So I can understand the arm thing with how it matters. But when you look at that, right, that guy ain't getting blocked. That guy is going to be on his ass.
You got to say which guy.
Bain is not getting blocked because you imagine the Canes have guys that, he's a moose. He's 6'8". That's 4 foot tall right there, right? Coming full speed at you. You going to get low enough at 6'8", 6'7", 6'5" to get that? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, there's, for every reason I can say to you that I would take Reese over Bain, I can go to the other side and say, but here's why I would take Bain.
Would you take Bain at 2, Vlad? Would you be happy if the Jets took Bain at 2?
I would. It's just that I don't think he fits the defensive scheme that Aaron Glenn is trying to run.
Is he running a 3-4 or 4-3?
He's running a 3-4. He's running a 3-4 with the.
So,
he likes his guys big, fast, and
Vlad
with the measurables.
Vlad, he likes those tall guys.
He likes the tall
because
guys.
he likes batted balls.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and what I said to Tobin even during the football season is I think that they want to look at Bain. That's why you saw him running down the field, like covering a guy. I think they want him in the same ilk as like Chubb, where he can rush the passer but also drop off. And so a lot of the tests that he was doing, can he chase a guy, a back, or a tight end down the field?
I literally don't think the guy has a flaw.
But
I don't think he has a flaw as a player.
But
this is why the Arvel Reeses of the world, because he runs and he's tall, and this is why the measurables matter in those defenses. Not saying that Bain can't do it. It's just that if you look at some of the drills that he did, it was to see, hey, if we run more of a 3-4 with those two outside guys being able to be to rush or drop, right, giving us the appearance of a 4-3. If we're able to do that, can we do that with Bain? These are the questions that somebody, like maybe the Jets are asking. Like maybe, hey, how often is he going to drop off when he can rush the passer like this, right? So these are the conversations that they're going to be having, whereas a lot of times in recent, they just look at the Chop Robinsons. They just look at the athleticism and the length of these guys and say, that guy's going to work. And they overlook the film. Like how many Penn State outside rushers are coming in? They came in with, he don't get sacks, but he gets pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, the worst.
Right.
We'll take a break because actually one Penn State guy weighed in on this because this swept the internet yesterday. The bend off.
Oh, is it number 11?
Perhaps. Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Leroy, can we get a weather update?
Sure can.
Brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
So, it's partly cloudy. Winds are coming out of the east. I saw planes coming from right to left.
Birds are loud today. J-Fig's not going to be happy. He gets back here.
And I would say it's right around 80 degrees. It is going to start getting hot because for some reason, when you hear the low is going to be in the 70s, that means the next day is going to be a heater. So look for the weather to warm up a little bit. But other than that, I don't see any rain in the forecast. It's been a very pleasant week.
How you do, Vlad?
It is 80 degrees right now. Wind gusts are up to 14 miles per hour. The low will be a high 66 today, but it might be in the 70s in Broward. Remember that.
That's true.
Tomorrow there is 45% chance of rain.
Oh
No. You think, let me just.
Not nut weather.
We don't. we usually don't have to say this, but I'm going to say it because of an incident in recent history. You think they'll close the roof?
It's a good question. I don't know. We'll have Clayton McCullough coming up, so we'll ask him. I wonder how much dictation he has on the roof.
None.
You can't say none. I bet he's got a little bit.
None.
You mean
they check the weather and decide?
He never gets to decide if he wants it to be a roof game or not?
No.
I'm going to ask him. I don't think you're right. Why would the manager not have saying that? Didn't Don Shula used to
He's not a weather guy.
He's got a weather guy. He's got a guy.
Who's a guy? You think he's on the coach bench? We got third base coach, first base coach, pitching coach, hitting coach.
I'm asking
weather
him.
guy.
I'm asking him.
He doesn't have a weather guy?
What if you had a guy? What if you had a guy like? What if you wanted a soupy day? Like if a real heater.
So here's the deal. When we had practice, somebody would always say what the weather was going to be like. It's not a weather guy. Like you get the forecast, like whatever.
You don't have a Dallas Rains? Every coach has to have a Dallas Rains or Storm Field. You got to have a weather guy.
I got a dry cleaning guy.
Ooh, really?
Yep. Zara. And all of our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners, the best dry cleaning in all South. I just went over there the other day. Dropped off the
Did
suit.
you?
Saw Mama Ara. She said it was good to see me.
Did he say same suit?
I didn't see Ara. I saw Mama Ara, but I dropped it off. I got to go pick it up as I'm getting ready for DBX 6. And you guys can call or text our anytime, man. 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383. You can drop off. He'll do it. He'll do drop off and pick up for your order. So if you want to have that convenience, I'll take care of you.
It's an important time of the year.
Yep.
Easter, prom season,
yep,
wedding season.
Very formal.
Very formal. You've been hanging on to that tux for a few years. You might have lost a little weight. Prom, you buy a suit. You need it taken in or whatever you need. He can do it.
Yep. They got a seamstress on site.
They service all of Dave Broward, Southern Palm Beach. And guess what?
What, Leroy?
Mention us.
25% off your order, man. So he takes care of our listeners. He'll take care of you. And I guarantee once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never launder your own clothes again. Brady Hawk from 5 Reasons. We'll talk a little Miami Heat with Brady coming up next.
Opening.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM.
This is nasty work.
Why?
You say ole ole.
Do you
Oh,
think that's saying ole ole?
I don't know.
No.
he thinks all songs say ole ole.
Hey,
That's not
First of all-
it.
first of all, I don't speak Spanish.
Okay, but did you hear ole ole? No.
That's what it sounded like.
Isa Moreno sounds like ole ole.
What did you say?
Is it?
Anywho,
Hey, Vlad, that's outside of our zone, dude. Like,
I mean, you brought it into the zone.
I know,
though.
I
Like,
did.
you kind
I
of were
did.
like, ah, you didn't have to
did.
go that way.
Wait a minute. I could play some songs, that are non-intangible. You wouldn't know what the words were either.
Like what?
We're about to get into uncomfortable territory for you, Tobin. I think we should just
Yeah,
keep on
fair enough.
going.
All right.
Let's get to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaHollywood.com. One of the best covering the Miami Heat reporter from 5 Reasons Sports, Brady Hawk, joining us here on the program. As your Miami Heat, they snapped their 5-game losing streak. Thank God, yesterday. Brady, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm feeling better now that we got a win in the books. It's been like way too long. I'm glad you brought me on after a win and not the 3 weeks of misery.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Were you surprised yesterday that they went a different starting lineup, that they put Norman Tyler together?
For sure. I mean, that definitely was surprising. I think they're trying to get away from the Norman Tyler thing as much as possible. But my read on it is it's easier to stagger the two when you start them. Like, I think Spo quickly realized after bringing one off the bench that it almost led to them playing more together, because then you're subbing in and out in their closing quarters. Whereas when they start, you take one out early, you kind of play one with a different lineup, you kind of roll from there. And then you saw, I mean, the direction Spo's going. You saw Tyler didn't close last night. I mean, they closed with one of them. I think you kind of look at where this is going. I think that's kind of the right move. Not saying Tyler not to close, but I think it's ideal that one of them should probably be closing, because late in games, you see what happens defensively when they both are out there.
Oh, you see what happens, all right.
Yeah, so you have to – you just can't close with them. And then obviously the offensive thing, like, you could probably get away with them closing if the offense was above average, which was kind of the expectation when you brought them in. But the issue is the offense hasn't been there. I think the adjustment last night, though, is the way to fix this Tyler Norm thing offensively is just let them bomb away from three. Like, that's how this is going to work. When we saw this on paper, when they brought them in, it's like, okay, well, Tyler create on the ball. Norm can just fire off the catch like some of these other guys have in the past, or vice versa. The thing has been, there's been over dribbling from both of them, the foul baiting. There's been too much down the lane. Like, if they just played their game and fired away from three, I think it can be okay offensively. And you saw that in the first half. I mean, they make 7 threes or 6 threes in the first half. So, yeah, that's the way to get around it. But, yeah, I still think they're trying to avoid it as much as possible and trying to stagger.
Yeah, we know why, because they want to avoid this. They want to avoid the Olay team. It needs to work defensively. Like, that's what they got to try and avoid that at all costs when it comes to their business. Unbelievable.
This man has way too much time on his hands.
Hey, man.
You only laugh to prevent from crying when it goes bad, Leroy. That's what it's for.
That's right.
I liked, though, yesterday, obviously the thing that I loved at the end, because Kel'el was really in a funk. I don't know what the hell was going on. I'm searching for answers, but his performance yesterday almost felt like it added more to the win. It wasn't just your run-of-the-mill win. The fact that they did close with him and the way that he performed. What did you think about his performance?
Yeah, I always think when he's involved offensively, he is just better energy-wise. Like, he's better defensively. He's better in the other parts of the game. The fact that he was involved a little bit early where he got those 2 threes to drop, and then he was just involved from there. I think the biggest thing with Kel'el in terms of making him work is being in the right lineups. It always seems like that for me. Like, I watched him last night. I think that was a great lineup they got to, which was basically Tyler with the second unit, which was Tyler, Kaz, Pelle, Jaime, and Kel'el. It's just Kel'el being able to kind of play his role defensively. And it's like, okay, when I get the board, I'm going to find any of the 4 of them, and they're just running. Like, they're going, and we're going to play fast, and we're going to play that style. I think that was good for him. And then you add in the fact that you have, a backcourt of Kaz and Tyler that are really good outside shooters. You have Jaime and Pelle, which what those 2 guys are going to do running to the basket. It feels like Kel'el's role offensively is a little more figured out with that group. So he was able to space the floor. He was able to knock down a couple threes. But yeah, I think the plus minus was just insane. I mean, the fact that I don't think we ever thought we'd see a number like that when Bam was playing. Like that's pretty unreal. But yeah, his energy was real. Part of that plus minus was skewed just because of that third quarter, the insane turnaround in that part with 37-20. But still, I still think he played a great game. And honestly, I think he needs a game like that to move forward, to have the confidence, because he's such a confidence and rhythm player. And I also think it's not a bad thing to have kind of Spo kind of turning his ways a little bit, where he's kind of propping him up instead of going the opposite direction. They're like, okay, the other one wasn't working. Like we tried the thing where we were just going to yell at him 24/7 and it really wasn't going to change anything. So let's try the Nico method, where we're just going to continue to prop him up and put him in and praise him and give him minutes and do all this stuff. We'll see how he responds. But yeah, he looked good last night.
Brady, one of the things that I see when I see Kel'el, and they get mostly frustrated on the defensive end. But when you're playing with Norm or you're playing with Tyler and they get beat off the dribble so quick, it puts Kel'el as a young player in a bad spot. I saw it happen with Bam. But Kel'el always takes the heat for that. And I think a lot of it had to be frustrating for him because, hey, it happened a lot with Wemby. Hey, do I step up and stop the ball and give up the dunk, or do I sit back and let this guy make a layup? But the problem is not Kel'el, it's the guys up top who can't stop a guy from getting into the paint. Why is he taking all the heat for that?
Yeah, I mean, teams are not only, like, to your point, are looking for Tyler and Norm to get the switch, and then it's immediately let's call the big and run a pick and roll. And what that means is it's a 2-on-1 every time. So Kel'el is basically, you're right, he is put in a bad position. I don't think Spo gets as ticked off at those possessions as he does. Like, let's go back to the Spurs game where there was the possession where Cornette got like 2 or 3 offensive rebounds over him in a row. I think it's those effort plays in between. It's funny because like you bring up guys like Kel'el or Wemby or Mobley or some of these smaller bigs. I feel comfortable with him guarding those guys. I mean, you saw the block last night from Kel'el on Mobley. Like he could wall some of those guys up. It sounds crazy. I worry about Kel'el more when it's a Cornette type or a Sengun or some of those
size.
With size. Yeah, he can't really do anything in that department. Like that's the issue, and he's going to get boxed out and he's going to kind of get thrown around in there. But the defensive stuff, I think he's been better. Like he's been better containing. He's been better in some of those things. They yell at him some stuff with help and being in the right spot. That's going to come along. Like that's going to be figured out. But the other thing is, I talked about lineups for that second unit. I think Kel'el looks a whole lot better next to Bam. I mean, I'm watching him late in that game last night. Like it just, you're mentioning, it's so much pressure on him defensively. There's less pressure on him defensively when Bam's out there. When Bam's able to cover all of that up, you kind of saw that. So it's like there's just so much less pressure on him on that end. So yeah, I still think lineups are the biggest thing with Kel'el. Like not putting him out there with some of the weaker defenders. I think putting him out there with the quicker guys that are just more up tempo, because I think when the game gets slowed down and brought into the half court, he naturally bogs down a little bit, or he can get a little lazy. You can't get lazy though when you're playing with Jaime and Pelle and Kaz. You can't. They're just constantly 100% going, diving to the floor, doing all this stuff that he's almost forced to run up and down the floor, and I think that it benefits him.
You think Spo will stick with this method until it doesn't work? Because in games past, it's like a whole different lineup the next game.
I think part of we got to see what Jaime situation is, because I think that does play a factor in this. If Jaime misses some time with a sprained ankle or something like that, I think it could change some things. But I think he does. Like I first, like I said before, I was looking at it like, why this is not the shift. Like going back to Tyler Norm to start games, I don't think that's the answer here. But I think it really is him saying, okay, well, we almost could play them less together if we do this. Like we could just like see what happens early in the game together, let them bomb away from 3, and then let's pull one of them and let them run, these certain lineups. And then it makes it easier. Then you could run a little bit more Kel'el and Bam. You can kind of work in some of these other lineups and kind of, weave in and out. The issue is, and I guess it really isn't an issue, but the fact that Pelle Larsson got a demotion, which I feel like he's probably highest on the team in need of a promotion. Like he's been that good. He's been one of the most available, consistent, best players. And he gets put on the bench, but he wasn't impacted. I mean, he still plays a ton of minutes. He plays the entire fourth quarter. I thought he saved that game last night. Like, totally, he did. Like top to bottom. Like the plays in between, that save, that into Kel'el into the dunk, the 3, the getting to the line. I mean, he gets 7 for 7 from the line. I've never seen a role player have the respect of the official, but I don't know if it's respect. It's just he's just a bowling ball. Like he just runs into people and he forces you to foul him. Like role players don't usually get to the line as often as he does. So credit to him in that game. I mean, he's the Swiss Army knife where you can run different lineups. Like you could either run Kel'el and Bain together, or you could pull Davion and not bring in that extra defender because you have Pelle to size down. Like he is the perfect guy to kind of close games out. So maybe the first 4 to 5 minutes of the game don't really matter. I mean, Pelle can come in at the 6-minute mark and be fine and be impactful. But yeah, I do kind of think he does stick with this lineup for a little bit and then tries to lean into that youthful second unit.
Yeah, it's very impressive. We're talking to Brady Hawk. You guys can catch his work with 5 Reasons Sports, 5 on the Floor podcast, and go read his work at si.com/heat. Does a fantastic job. Boots on the ground covering the Miami Heat. But yeah, like Spo, obviously Bam's number one with the apple of his eye, but Pelle is becoming a close second because I mean, like the way he fawns over him, just with that energy nonstop. And I do think it's interesting, like with the starting of him, like it is an interesting ego dance he has to do with Tyler and Norm, because Norm clearly did not like coming off the bench. Like that's bothered him. We know we've done the Tyler thing left and right. Neither one of you could really like bitch about it if you both start. And if it's just rolling with Pelle, it's rolling with Pelle at the end. Sorry. Like that's and that's how it's probably going to go. Maybe there'll be games where they need to tap into both of them just because they need to find some shooting. But I just don't know how you could take this guy out of important moments. He's just looked that important to him.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Spo part of this. I said before this past game, I'm kind of over the feelings part of the rotation, like trying to appease this guy and trying to appease that guy. I mean, with the position they're in, like, go play who you want. Like, I don't even care. If you're fully healthy and you think Myron Gardner gives you the best chance to go win a basketball game on that night, play Myron Gardner. Like, I just think you have to play those type of guys, and it doesn't matter about feelings, all that stuff. So, yeah, they can't complain if they're both starting. I mean, the only complaint they can make is why am I not closing? But if you're winning, nobody's making that case. Nobody's bringing that part of it up. But yeah, Pelle is – I don't see a position where he's not closing. Like if Wiggins wasn't in foul trouble, Wiggins is closing that game probably, but I don't think it's in place of Pelle. Like they're probably playing together and able to kind of run it up a little bit. Defensively, he's just too important for them. Like we talk about the in-between plays and everything, but he legitimately – guards 1 through 5. Like he is everywhere on that end of the floor. And the issue early on in his career was that he was so good defensively and overly physical that he was getting in foul trouble and his minutes were being impacted by that. Hasn't been the case like all season. Like he stays on the floor. He's able to be impactful. He's doing all that stuff. And offensively, like I said, the drives, there was one play where it was a chaotic play. I think Tyler missed the 3, the ball bounced back out to him. And he took like a hard attack to the basket and laid it in with the left hand over like 2 guys in the fourth corner. It was like a really swing play at the beginning of the fourth. Like they don't have many guys that put that type of pressure on the rim. So they need that late in games. And I think they could work around it. It's easier to play Tyler and Norm closing games if you have Pelle, Wiggins, and Bam. Or let's even say if you want to throw Ware and Bam in there just because you have the size. Like it's easier to work around that a little bit. But I don't see it. I think they're going to, if they want to go win, especially against good teams, like they could throw Tyler Norm out there to get some of these bad teams late in games. They could run the table, light them up offensively and do all that. But we've seen these good teams come to town and they could pick them apart late. So they're going to have to lean on their better defenders.
It's going to be interesting to see what Pelle's like career projects to be, right? Because it's like you find this guy in the second round. He obviously will always be a fine role player, but like we even saw like in that Bucks game right before they hit the losing streak, like how clutch he was late. And it's just kind of, because I always thought like, oh, he's going to be like their version of TJ McConnell, but like maybe there's more here. Like I don't know like what the projection is of like what his overall NBA impact is, because you don't ever know with older players like when they peak, but I don't know, man. Like this guy just always feels like he's got a critical play and can come up with basically whatever the hell you need.
Yeah, the issue is I just think he's going to be an elite role player. Like that, I think that's going to be his role, because as soon as you move into like number 2 option territory and he's being schemed up against, the offense isn't coming as clean. Like his offense is coming off chaotic, just random plays like mixed in. So I think that part of it. But that's it. I mean, if your like ceiling is an elite role player in this league, that is a pretty great ceiling for a second round pick. Like that is a great player, a great position. You're going to make a lot of money in this league doing that. So yeah, I don't really know what he could become, I guess, in the future. I mean, there's certain guys we talk about that have higher upside on this team, but I mean, some of these older guys come in. I mean, it was the case with Jaime. It's the case with Pelle. Just because they played a few years in college, it's like, okay, these are high floor guys. They can't get better. Yes, they can. Like just because you're 23 years old doesn't mean you can't get better until you're 27. Like that's a case here. So I think he can grow. I mean, the fact that last year he was not this good on the ball. I mean, he went into Summer League where they said, okay, here's the ball. He went into Eurobasket. They said, here's the basketball. And he grew into this. So, I mean, as much as they could put on his plate, I think he could benefit from it. But it's just a guy I just don't see Spo or the Heat wanting to let go of. Like, I know they gave Nico the extension a little bit early. I know they did different things, but it's like they don't want to lose this guy. But then it's also, you mentioned upside. What do you guys think of? We see some of these guys go to other teams and they don't pan out the same. So if Pelle was to leave tomorrow and go to another team, whether it's signing somewhere else or being, is he still this Pelle Larsson or is this kind of a benefit of kind of this style?
I think sometimes the Heat do an incredible job of maximizing what your talents are. And when you see a guy on another team and see what he does either against you or against other guys, you trying to fit him into a different role, right? And so he comes in, he goes to another team, and they go, okay, we want 10 to 15 points, and we want you to be a wing defender. And how the Heat do it is kind of different in that they make demands of you to be a certain player, a certain type player, put you in this role, and it doesn't always translate. It doesn't always, like, for example, an excellent three-point shooter, but who are you playing with that gives you those open shots? You go to another team and you got a defender in front of you, and now you can't dribble. Like, it just, so it fits here. I don't know how it is transferable to another team, because a lot of times when they sign you to a bigger contract to get your services, they are projecting you to do something they really haven't seen you do yet.
Yeah, kind of like you'd almost look at somebody like Gabe Vincent. And it's like, well, if you're not going to just stand in the corner and hit threes, like, because Pelle's not like the greatest shooter, but like he'll come up with big shots. But it's just everything. It's just,
right.
I don't know how it works, but you know that this organization would value it to a top point. But it's a fascinating thing to see what he's been able to bring to him.
Yeah, he's just been, I think, one of their most, I mean, you said other than Bam, I think he's been one of their most consistent players. Like, in terms of availability, like, that's a big part of this season with certain guys being out. He is there every night, like giving you 100% too, like playing big minutes, doing all this stuff. So like that's part of this too. And I say it again, like, I just think that the improvements he's made offensively, like the stuff he's able to do, and also like Bam the other night making those comments about like, we need Myron Gardner energy. Like, he was like it also probably fits Pelle Larsson. Like, I think Pelle was probably looking around the room when he heard those comments. It was like, I mean, I feel like I give Myron Gardner energy. Like, I feel like I'm going at it and fighting everybody.
He took it to the side. He goes, "You know, I didn't mean you.
Right.
You know
what? Couldn't single you out. Like,
he's like, you know who I was talking about." And then he like looks over to the other locker room. He goes, "You know who I was talking about, dude." He's like,
so,
we don't. You don't need my comfort. I know. You know who it was. Oh man. Hey Brady, appreciate the time, man. Again, go listen to Brady on 5 on the Floor with 5 Reasons Sports, and go read his work, si.com/heat, and Brady Hawk 305 on Twitter. He is one of the best doing it, if not the best doing it, covering the Miami Heat. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Right. We'll take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. Back after this. With you on FM 104.3 WQAM.
I can hear them running.
Take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
For tardiness, for hobnobbery.
Don't look at me all shameful. You know what you're doing.
No.
Don't look at me like that.
He told
Her little-
them,
no, no, no.
I literally told them, Leroy, stop talking and let's go. And
So
he
I
did
said,
not.
okay. So I start walking, and
No.
then she, like,
No.
10
no.
feet away, she just took off.
You could hear.
Can I tell you
You
something,
could hear
guys?
the rumbling.
Can I tell you something?
What?
What makes you guys the hobnob twins is the fact that you both hobnob. It doesn't matter. You both are late together. Who
I
cares whose
was
fault
not.
it is?
What do you mean? I
You were
was
late.
no.
Because
You
you
were
ran.
I was here to
You were
Oh,
open
late.
the show, and you
She
said
took off on
no.
a full sprint.
No.
Because
No.
I saw
won't allow it.
coverage change, and I was a little bit like, I'm going to help my receiver here. I don't want them to be messed up on the play.
It
But
did take forever.
But you were late. You were late.
No.
Yeah. What? You can't go British and
I
just
was
change
right
it.
there.
Why do you
Listen,
sound
I know
like-
you're grabbing your
Why
headphones.
do you sound like Chappell Roan?
No. Do not compare me to that.
Whoa!
To who?
Chappell Roan.
Is that the clown?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
But
didn't
she looks like the British Queen of Hearts. She does. She's oh no.
Is she even
Oh, is she
British?
English?
I don't know. No, she's from Tennessee, isn't she?
She's
I don't know.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, she even does like the little lips thing, like what's her name in Hunger Games?
Nah,
She's
wait,
from
hold
Missouri.
on. Hold on. John Jewel, you get a point. They call her Jennifer Slopez.
Really? I'm not even the one that was late. It was Leroy.
Wow.
Sorry, man.
And she's been saying that to me for I don't know how long.
For lashing out.
That was funny.
Funny's funny.
There you go.
Wow.
Hilarious.
For lashing out.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Thanks again for Brady Hawk for stopping by, talking Heat.
Always like talking to Brady.
Marlins manager Clayton McCullough going to stop by the program at 1 o'clock today as we are on the eve of opening day. That's about when the slate of games get going for today. You think he watches a bunch of games? I don't know if they got like a workout or something in today, but you think he kicks back, watches a little baseball? You
I
think
think
he
you could.
he gets one last day off in before the business gets going tomorrow.
You know what I always wonder, like with managers, like if you do watch baseball, other games other than yours,
Mhm.
like do you watch situations and kind of like mentally how would you handle that, or do you just watch and enjoy the game? Because I know when we watch football or when I watch football, I always like look for, okay, what would I do in this situation? What would I do? What should they be doing
Same.
to counter this?
That's what I do too.
No, you don't. No, you do not. So I always wonder how accurate, like when they watch, do they watch to not second guess another manager, but just to get yourself in the mind frame of making adjustments, making changes, deciding what to do in all these different situations.
Those moves.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they'll get going tomorrow. They take on the Colorado Rockies, and very exciting to get baseball season underway. It started last night. Yankees win 7-0 over the New York Giants. They beat up Logan Webb early in that one, although Aaron Judge still in the high-stakes moments, just not a
High stakes. What high stakes moment?
It's opening day, baby. Everybody's
That's
watching.
high-stake moment?
Everybody's watching.
Man, please.
Everybody's watching.
Oh, okay.
Look, Chappell Roan in Hunger Games.
What? We're talking Aaron Judge. He's talking Chaperone.
Well, the bodyguard came out yesterday, and he said that he went rogue, or that he didn't even work for Chappell Roan. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh, from the story?
The story doesn't make any
Doesn't even make any
to me.
sense. Like,
She
why
just-
would some person just feel the need to protect Chappell Roan? It doesn't even make sense. It's so clear that she is that she ordered the code red on that little girl.
She ordered a hit on the girl?
She definitely
Oh,
did,
my
dude.
God.
She definitely did. Everyone was, I don't even represent her. Okay, so let me get this straight. In the history of man, how many people would, one, yell at a kid, but yell at a kid not under orders, just because you want Chappell Roan or any celebrity just left alone. It makes zero sense.
Terrible.
And according
So
to the
he's
first
saying
story,
that he
though,
did it independently.
Yes, that I guess he was like with the event or something like that.
Wait, you saying the
it wasn't
security
an
guard?
event.
The security guard
said
took.
he went rogue.
He's saying that he went rogue. He's claiming
Well, you know why?
'Cause he
Because
got
he wants to
paid.
keep his job.
No, he
that.
got paid.
he got that payday from
Right.
Chappell Roan.
He got paid to say that he went rogue and take all.
Because you want to know something? No little kids are gonna be singing Pink Pony Club anymore because it's ridiculous.
Also, apparently,
Meanie.
the little kid never actually went up to her.
Yeah,
He
that
just-
was the other thing.
He went to go make sure it was her.
The-
Because
the-
he was like excited to see that, like that's his favorite artist or
The,
whatever.
the other thing is,
Also, why would the father get into beef with Chappell Roan? Like for
well,
real?
here's the other thing that's crazy about it. First of all, both of her fathers are celebrities. Okay, her birth father.
Wait, what?
Her birth father's Jude Law.
Really?
Yeah, Jude
The
Law, the
kid, the
actor,
kid.
the kid.
The kid.
Right.
And the stepfather who exposed Chappell Roan as being a meanie pants is like a big soccer player in Brazil.
Wait, so time out.
So it wasn't like it was famous.
Oh,
a
so
famous kid.
Chaperone really effed up then because it's
Yeah, that's
She
why.
she didn't recognize game.
That's how
No,
big. That's why this blew up so big. This
So-
guy had a huge following.
So now that's why she's scrambling and gambling like a cornerback right now because she's that child that was scoffed off.
Right.
Was the
the
child
kid
of
did-
Jude Law, which is he's a
This is
a
the-
famous
The whole
Right.
famous
narrative
actor.
basically-
Very
And
famous.
who's
actor.
who's the football player?
I don't know his name,
but he's a big time.
But he's
football?
a big. He's got like 3 million followers. I don't know soccer players, but he's a big deal. And the other thing is,
Oh, she
the
messed up.
kid never even went up to Chappell Roan. All the kid was like, I think that's Chappell Roan, and like went into the dining room just to see if it was really her. Took a peeky, and then went back to her mom. She's like, it was really Chappell Roan.
Mhm.
And then seize her, take that child. And the guy went and so the mom, the birth mom, there is no stepmom, like went on Instagram and talked about it. She's like, yeah, we didn't even like go bother her, but apparently being just in the vicinity of Chappell Roan set off Chappell Roan, and everybody has just like come to the woodwork of her mean behavior. She's just not a nice person.
You know what's weird about that? You very rarely hear stories about artists like that because like part of their following is like you do whatever you can to get your following going, right? And she's already cuckoo. Like just like
Wild. Anyway, Heat win last night. They go out there and they get a win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 120-103. Panthers, they're back on the ice tonight against the Minnesota Wild at 7:00. Did you see what happened yesterday, Leroy?
No.
Somebody was doing some cruiting. So yesterday at the Elbo Room, Matthew Tkachuk, you know how the Elbo Room has the live feed? They basically have, I don't know, like, why do they do that? That's just so people can see the debauchery that goes on at the Elbo Room?
Yes.
Let me tell you this: it's not
Little
good, bro.
strange.
There's nothing fun. There's nothing good when you're just walking along, maybe driving along. Somebody sends you a text and say, "Hey, why were you at the Elbo Room?" And there's a picture of you in the Elbo Room.
Listen, if you're gonna go ahead and lie, don't go there.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do dirt, don't go to the Elbo Room. They got cameras.
You take a little looky-loo here, Leroy. Matthew Tkachuk yesterday, this is from a Twitter account, _Carly Cross. And Carly has posted from the live stream last night at this game at the Elbo Room. You have Quinn Hughes, of course, now of the Minnesota Wild, going into the last year of his contract next year. Quinn Hughes, and for strange reasons, Mark Cuban's there as well.
So why is Quinn Hughes down here?
They're playing the Wild.
Oh, okay.
They're playing the Wild tonight.
Okay.
But this was last night.
Right.
And he also didn't get the chance to enjoy the ER when they won the gold medal. Could be nothing.
Could be something. Could be nothing.
I mean, they're in town.
I mean, they are in town. But
on
he
the day
takes
off,
he takes him to the Panthers celebration bar. You're like, hey,
I
Quinn.
mean, maybe he was like, I want to see where you guys party.
Well, I mean, he's played in Vancouver and then he's played in Minnesota. What is the temperature in Minnesota right now?
probably like 40.
Colder than that.
But there's some good there's some good forest and trees in Vancouver.
And it's like, hey, would you like to? It's 44 degrees. Not too bad.
But it ain't
That's
80.
the high.
Not 80.
It ain't 80.
That's the high.
It ain't 80.
That's the high.
I know, Leroy. That's what we're saying is it ain't 80.
I think Quinn Hughes is from Florida too, isn't he? Isn't he from Orlando?
The Hughes family?
I think the Hughes family's from Orlando.
That's great. Really? If they're from Florida and they're a hockey family, that's pretty amazing.
That's
Orlando,
amazing.
Florida.
That's the amazing thing about it. Is that you're from Florida and you go to NHL. I think that's a cool thing.
They got to be from New York or somewhere else.
I literally just said Florida, Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, they're from Orlando.
I know, but the mom and dad's got to be from somewhere. That's crazy to have boys that good.
I think that, because I think the dad, I think he like ran, I think he was like the GM for like an Orlando, whatever their minor league team is.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. And then the mom was a huge hockey. Like,
no, the mom is like
that's a hockey fan.
The mom is like the matriarch of U.S. women's hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk's just like, hey, Quinn, I have Mark Cuban here. And he goes, what? He goes, yeah, we're at the Elbo Room.
You think that's how it is?
I don't know.
By the way, hold on.
Why is Mark Cuban there?
That is a good question.
What's he doing here?
Is that a good? Now, hold on. Let's break this down, Tobin and Leroy and J Fig. If I call J Fig, if I call you, I'm like, hey, J Fig, I'm at the Elbo Room. I got a friend. And you're like, who's your friend? Mark Cuban. Is that gonna sway you into going to the Elbo Room?
Well, you're probably not paying for anything, right?
You know that's a billionaire right there.
Yeah,
so
he's
probably
picking up the
paying
bill.
So like,
I don't care if he's a billionaire, millionaire, nothing. I mean, that's not going to sway me into going.
Definitely wouldn't sway me to going. If Mark Cuban was there, I'd tell him to go to hell.
So you have to give me a better name that I have interest in for me to go from Kendall all the way to the Elbo Room.
Unless I was allowed to bring,
saying.
unless flat, I was allowed
don't
to.
care.
Here's what I would do if I could bring in a box of Kleenex and say, "Here you go. Here's the wambulance." Oh, the refs.
all right, take the 11 and 6 NBA finals
All
away.
right, fine.
Take that away.
Don't forget about the Indiana. He bankrolled them too.
I mean, it's not there. I mean,
he took NIL to another level.
Everybody, the whole alumni of Indiana took it to another level. But take that out of the way. Is he a good person to have that will co-sign, be like, hey man, hey, you got to come here, man. You got to come here.
If no petty, I think so.
If there's no petty, I think he's a good sidekick to have.
Because it's just you're hanging out with I think if you basically drop any famous billionaire, because you probably think, hey, you're not paying for nothing tonight.
But it's different when you bring Cuban because you're not expecting Mark Cuban. But the fact that you brought that type of billionaire,
yep,
I think he might be helping you guys get some free agents and moves to come to South Florida.
Well, I doubt it, because if he was going to do it for anybody, he'd probably do it for the Tampa Bay Lightning, knowing how he likes teams down here. But
he loves. He might love.
Maybe he loves Matthew Tkachuk. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Tkachuk is low key. Tkachuk is the man of.
I
South
like
Florida.
people who are like, Matthew Tkachuk is partying the day before. I'm like, first of all, you don't think Matthew Tkachuk's built up a tolerance to the Elbo Room at this point? Going to the Elbo Room is basically like him going to.
It's breathing. It's
like,
breathing.
Yeah, it's like going to the gym. I mean, we used to have Jaromir Jagr on this team. Like, what do you think he was doing before game days?
Trust me, 2-on-1 was a lot of 2-on-1s.
Did you see how the Panthers partied?
He was doing a rush.
A lot of 2-on-1 rushes. A lot of odd man rushes.
Odd man rush.
Like he's got to have, like, if Elbo Room had an app, he must have all the reward points. Like, what do you mean? That's all he's doing. Partying his ass off. Anyway, 7:00, your puck drop tonight. Cats and Wild.
What do you think his tab is there right now?
Oh, you think they ever make him settle up?
You think they ever make him settle next? Right? Does he have a Norm from Cheer type of tab?
I don't know. Because I feel like how much press has he brought to the Elbo Room?
Oh, so much, bro. Ever since he was brought here. The All-Star game. That's how everybody knew about the Elbo Room was the All-Star game. Everybody was partying at the Elbo Room during the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And then the playoffs happened.
They brought the gold medal there after they won.
Like three Stanley Cups, 2 Stanley Cup championships, and then they brought the gold medal there. Yeah, like Elbo Room's gotten so much love from the NHL and hockey, Pat McAfee and the Panthers.
Yeah. Anyway, Quinn Hughes, make yourself at home, dude. I mean, lose tonight, but make yourself at home. See if you like it down here.
We can name it. We could call it.
Who you giving up?
Nobody.
No, he's a free agent.
Huh?
He's going to be well, not this year. He's a free agent next year. But if we get that lottery pick, he tells the Wild, and maybe I take a walk, and so like let's say the Panthers just end up with the number 5 pick this year, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden they call up the Wild and they're like, hey, he doesn't want to stay there, and so you throw him a pick, who knows, something like that.
I think Brady's coming here, bro.
That would seem like the unless he doesn't want to be little brother, like coattail rider.
You kidding me? You see Do
They
you
look
see
like
the-
they have so much fun playing.
I would
together.
agree.
They
I would
have
agree.
fun playing together, and the joy that man Brady has once he sees Elbo Room. He was rocking the Elbo Room hat before they won the Stanley
Yes.
Cup.
Well, I'm sure he just spends his summers down here. I'm sure. Like it's just like, why would you why would you go? What was he gonna do? Spend it in Ottawa?
I mean, who wouldn't want to spend time with, chill with your brother in a beautiful town,
Yep.
80-degree weather, and you can go to a bar that's basically yours, like you own the bar.
We'll take a break. Back after this. Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. So I want to get to the reaction on that Rueben Bain thing and Reese. So Micah Parsons weighed in on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, because everybody's picking apart everything, right? And so he felt the need to weigh in. And he said on the bend debate between Bain and Reese, he said, if I'm being real, none of these translate to football. But then he deleted that tweet, which makes me feel like
they really do. For when you watch a pass rusher during a football game and they talk about that bend, especially with a real, like, they want their left tackle to be tall and lengthy, right? But when you get a guy, that's why some of your best pass rushers are like 6'3", 6'4", because they have the ability to do that and get underneath that tackle's arms.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see it, you go, oh, okay, that he's got that bend. When you see some of these pass rushers look like they're parallel to the ground, it does help. And in fact, when you take this and put it up against his arm size, then ask yourself which are more important, the bend or the arm length.
Micah then followed up after he deleted his tweet in cowardice. He says, I personally don't believe you can replicate football with drills or compare them to the actual game. You can simulate the feel, but it's never the same as playing in a real game. I don't think you should judge a player based on drills that are simulated, but rather the actual game footage. Well, I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that. We're just comparing photos there.
Correct.
Micah, that's all. I just think it's interesting. It does feel like this was my thought after Pro Day. It does feel like everybody was very impressed with Rueben Bain. And not that people weren't with Ariel Reese, but it was just a little comparison. Everybody, listen, if everybody can make fun of Rueben Bain's arms for a month, then I think we could talk about the fact that he's got this incredible bend that he's posting on social media.
I'm not going crazy over that, because if you're
not going crazy over it because you're going to take Reese and you're like,
no, I'm going to take Reese, but
I think you want Bain.
No,
I think you sneakily want him.
No, I don't care who.
I hope you don't get Bain. I hope he drops to 11,
because there's 3 guys that's going to be picked early. It's either going to be Bain, Bailey, or Reese. But the fact of the matter is, if we're going by pro days, then everybody was going crazy at the combine when Reese was running the shuttles and doing all those drills, and he was, having unbelievable numbers. So, that was the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Pro day, okay, pro day, he's doing his thing. People we're at that time right now where it's a month to the draft. We're literally a month away from the draft, like a month from today.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna be talking to try to either raise their prospect or down somebody's prospects.
Yeah, it's also people are searching for drama because the quarterback thing isn't like that sexy this year.
Oh, no,
because everybody knows that Mendoza's going number 1 overall.
That's why Simpson is the name. They're trying to bolster Simpson's name.
Yeah.
You have Simpson with the Jets at 16. You have Simpson maybe with the Dolphins at 11. Like they're trying to put him somewhere.
I'd be surprised. I'd be stunned if the Dolphins took anybody. I feel like if you have the brain trust here that knew Malik Willis, and you brought in Malik Willis for more not crazy money, but you paid him more money with that little experience than anybody's ever gotten, it would be pretty stunning if they that's basically like pulling the Kirk Cousins Falcons move. Like it's obviously it's not $100 million, but everybody thought that was like, wait, didn't you believe in Kirk Cousins? You guys just gave him this money. It's like, oh no, but we also drafted Michael Penix. It's like, but
question,
you realize that's weird. So if the Dolphins drafted Ty Simpson in the first round, what I'd be like, of all the things you need, you paid a quarterback this, and then you still drafted a quarterback in the first round.
Right.
That dude better be Dan Marino.
So my question is this: why didn't we make a big deal of it when the Packers did it? You draft a quarterback in the first round, and you have Aaron
People
Rodgers?
did make a big deal out of it.
I know.
People did make a big deal out of it.
But that's the same people you have here.
Yeah, but it's different because Aaron Rodgers was an MVP, an established
Which
Hall
would
of
mean
Famer.
it would mean it's more believable if they did it.
I don't think so.
If they have a
I
guy
don't think
that's
so.
not Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think it does. I think if you had guys on different timelines, it would be unbelievably weird to me if they drafted a quarterback that early.
No.
if
I
you
would
get
be shocking too when you have so many holes to fill.
If you use one of your third round picks on like Beck or Nussmeier or Allers or something like that, like, okay, fine. I get it. They said they're going to draft a quarterback every year, but not 11, not 30.
Right.
Like, I would be a little stunned of all the things that we talk about need and what they need. Like you filled the need. I thought that's what the point was. Right. You know, that would be pretty stunning to me.
Based on what their needs are, it would be shocking, right? If they would draft. And I'll take it a step farther. If you draft a guy that only has 15 starts, would make it even more astonishing because you don't have enough. I mean, it's kind of been proven without any development, when you draft a guy that hasn't had a lot of starts in college, it never ends well. Never. Especially when he's had to be thrust in a position to play early. So, yeah, I don't think they would do it. I don't think he's a first-round draft pick. But here's the problem. This mistake has been made as long as football has been around.
Mm-hmm.
Some of and it's always the same culprits, will draft a quarterback and overreach for one. I mean, when you look at the better organizations, they don't. They don't. If they see their guy, then they go get him, like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. Now, when they drafted Patrick Mahomes, who was it? Who's the quarterback?
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith had a really good year. They were like, 13-3 the year before.
Yeah, but I guess the thing that I look at it with Malik Willis, I look at it different because I almost look at him as a prospect. I look at him as a young quarterback.
Yes, right.
So I find it weird. Like, if you had a vet, if they did this if Tua was still here and they did it, I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it.
So question, if you're looking at him as a prospect and there's still uncertainty, would that mean it's more of a possibility? I don't think they will.
What you're saying.
But I'm saying the whole point of this is like, if they say we're going to keep drafting the quarterback till we get it right.
Yeah.
And you have a guy and you say, I'm considering him a prospect.
Right.
Then, because I would say this, based on what you know right at this moment, Malik Willis is the best player in the draft.
You
understand
best
what I'm saying?
quarterback in the draft or player?
Quarterback.
Yes.
So you already got the number one pick.
Would I have him or Mendoza? Like, if you were a Dolphins fan, honestly, probably.
I think they would take Mendoza.
They would take Mendoza.
But understand this. Who is at this moment in time, who's more qualified to play quarterback in the NFL?
I would think Malik Willis with the experience. Okay. I would think so.
You already have the guy. Any other guy you get is going to need some level of development.
Man. We'll take a break. We'll play a little Goosies. No Goosies coming up. Marlins manager Clayton McCullough also going to join us in about 30 minutes. Take a break. We're back after this.
I was late.
It's all right. We realized it, dude. It's all right. We'll just hit you with the tardiness as well. You know.
Yeah, I deserve it.
Everybody's accountable here. You know.
I'm accountable.
You got the buttons up.
For tardiness.
That's funny because he can nix it by not.
He
putting the
could.
buttons
I mean,
up.
in fairness, he does have that power.
No,
you
but
know?
I-
it's kind of like you could shut off the mics in the helmet. You know.
I could, but I was late. I was toasting some bagels.
Wait a minute. Bagels. We got bagels.
Well, I mean,
He has bagels.
I had bagels.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. What kind
Toasting bagels.
of bagel you got?
It's a plain bagel.
Plain bagel.
You do plain bagel?
Plain bagel. All right.
I don't like bagels. They're
Yeah,
too
we've
like
been here.
chewy.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? There's no way you don't like bagels when you had a whole segment on bagels.
No,
I
he
don't like
scoops
bagels.
them. Remember,
I
this was the
scoop
whole
them.
bit.
Because
But
I don't like
still,
the.
that
He
means
made-
you like bagels.
No.
He doesn't like the guts.
I like the guts. I scoop the guts out, and it makes a nice little egg boat.
It's the same thing when you say that you don't like ice cream, but you always have some sort of technicality.
He is a
with
bit of a food
food.
hypocrite.
Yes.
What?
What part of my food takes don't you understand?
Well, you say you don't like things, tacos, for example, and we've probably had tacos for lunch more than anything over the last 6 months.
And why don't I like tacos?
Too messy.
All the action.
Yeah.
And
So
you
if you
still
give
do
her
Hasn't
the
stopped.
action,
Hasn't stopped you lately.
it's a good deal, and it gets here quick.
See,
Look,
there's always a technicality when it comes to
The
his food.
justification is unbelievable.
Dude, you are the caveat cowboy. You really
Wait
are.
a minute. Nobody. When I get tacos, and everybody's
You are,
happy,
dude.
right?
But it's not. How hard is it to admit that you like tacos?
I don't. I'm not. I
Bagels?
don't like. Put it this way. I literally, if somebody says, "Hey, we're going to a Mexican restaurant, or we're going to here, and we're going to get taco," no, absolutely not.
Hi ho, silver away. Caveat cowboy.
Leroy just did for the cheapskates with food.
Let us get to a little Goosies. No Goosies here on a Thursday. Bum, 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 bum. Clayton McCullough going to join us in about 20 minutes. Marlins manager. What do we have today, Jennifer, for Goosies, no Goosies?
Speaking of the Marlins, tomorrow is Marlins season opening day.
Goosies galore. I'm excited for baseball
Goosies
season.
galore.
The World Baseball Classic was awesome. The
Yeah.
playoffs were awesome.
Mhm.
Marlins,
Mhm.
spunky last year.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of young guys I'm very excited about of watching on this team. Jacob Marcy probably lead amongst them. He's very impressive. Hopefully this Owen Casey gets together. But there's some exciting prospects as well. I got the Goosies, dude. I got the Goosies.
Goosies.
Leroy?
I do. I'm excited based on what happened last year and the overall baseball team and the organization getting us to football. I'm looking forward to the start of baseball this year and see like how they're going to build on it. Like there's just some excitement. There's a little bit of buzz around the team.
Little buzz, dude.
You know, hey, are we going to keep moving in that direction? Because last year it was like a pleasant surprise.
When's Flanagan's Day, dude? I want to get to Flanagan's Day there.
Man, it's gonna be a Saturday, probably in May.
Dude,
I can't wait.
What?
Those
What-
jerseys look great.
the Flanagan jerseys?
They have now.
Oh.
Now it's in black, right? Black and green.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's listen. Things are changing.
I tell you what,
I'm there.
there's nothing like a tasty Flanagan's
What?
rib.
What?
Leroy.
Dude.
And while you playing, don't sleep on those rib rolls
Oh, how could you?
with that little dipping sauce.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Out of all of that, all the great food in Flanagan, the best thing is the free cups. The souvenir cups are the best thing
The
ever.
best. The best. A
Eh,
staple.
you haven't lived in South Florida if you don't have a green cup somewhere in your cab.
Wait, if you don't have multiple, no. I judge you if you don't have multiple. I will judge you if you don't have multiple green
when they
Flanagan
give you the
cups.
pink
Oh,
cup
forget about it.
for breast cancer awareness
Forget about it.
For a good cause.
for a good cause.
I've seen fights happen over a pink cup.
I know.
Fights?
You know what I tried the last time I went there?
Hmm?
The mahi fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you got the Goosies for Marlins opening night?
Honestly, I always have Goosies for opening day. Like I
Goosies.
love going over there too, and the
Mhm.
atmosphere is just great.
We got to plan our yearly Trek.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd be one
I was thinking the same.
It might
I didn't
be.
even hear it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Oh, -1. I don't like it.
What do you mean
Minus one
minus
on
one?
you, 'cause
Minus one
everybody
for what?
heard it.
For lack of hearing?
You
have headphones on.
I couldn't hear it.
-1.
Vlad, you got the Goosies?
Absolutely, Goosies galore.
Wow.
Marlins, can't wait. They're gonna be part of us for a long time.
Humble and Kind says, do you have to ask? I feel weird taking it. The embarrassment of getting arrested for stealing a green cup. You paid for it.
You paid for it, bro.
I think they got more of those green cups than ice cubes, dude. They have a ton of them. I don't think they don't do they that's a good question in floodings. Do they reuse them if people don't take them?
I think they do.
Or is it just a toss away?
No,
think they
because
reuse.
don't they they do like regular cups? You can save them.
Yeah. So but if somebody doesn't take it, do they just steam it and then it's back in the rotation?
Steam it.
Yeah.
No, they throw them away.
Steam?
You
What?
can't reuse.
Charlie Steam?
Don't look at me like that.
What are we
What's
talking
wrong
about?
with you?
Number 2,
So if
Jennifer.
somebody leaves the cup at the table, you think they reuse it?
You never.
I was
know.
asking.
You never reuse it.
Go
Well,
green.
hold on.
It's not a
It's
dumb
literally a
question.
reusable cup.
No,
That's
not
what the-
for them.
What are you talking about?
So you
Hold
say,
on a
wait,
second.
wait,
Hold
wait,
on a second.
wait,
Hold on.
wait. So you saying if little Susie got there before you and she left her cup, they're gonna wash it and then give it to you?
Well, they do that with other cups in other restaurants.
It's like the
No, they don't.
It's like the cup
Hold
of
on, dude.
Christ.
Let me get this straight. When you go to a restaurant and you drink out of a glass,
Right.
you know it's been used before.
Yeah.
They wash it.
But they don't do that with plastic cups, dude.
Absolutely. There are diner cups that are plastic. They do that all the time.
Time out.
Diner cups. Diner cups.
What are you talking about?
I agree with Tobin.
You're crazy. So let me get this straight. You think they're just throwing out all the cups that people don't keep?
Yeah.
I need to find out.
It's not a chalice.
Because they are once
Wait. Can I say something?
Yep.
Thank you. So Flanagan's encourages the reuse of their iconic green cups. Many customers bring them back in. While you can bring your own cup, the restaurant typically provides a fresh cup for orders rather than refilling the exact one that you brought in.
Not really what we're asking, though, because what we're
Right.
asking is
But-
if we don't take the cup,
But
Leroy thinks they just throw that cup out instead of washing the
this
cup.
kind of insinuates that they might be doing that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. We don't have an official word.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
so.
keep on
That's
researching.
inconclusive evidence, Your Honor.
No,
Let's-
because it's like hey, Catholic churches. It's not like they have new
Wait, I think
chalice.
I have another.
You know what I mean? They reuse the same chalice and wipe it with the cloth.
Yes,
I think.
but any restaurant is usually just they have the best dishwasher.
You
They're
don't get-
usually they wash them all, and so I assume if somebody doesn't take their Flanagan's cup, it doesn't just go in the garbage. Unless somebody took like a chunk out of it, it doesn't go in the garbage. And Leroy's looking at me like I'm an idiot.
Okay,
Nah, they
does
reuse it.
not typically reuse the plastic cups they serve drinks in within the restaurant.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
It is okay. By the way, do not feel embarrassed. It is a take-home souvenir. So
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Nobody's gonna get arrested.
you're not gonna get arrested.
that's kind of a cleanliness thing.
It's not cleanliness.
You,
There's
a
plenty of
plastic cup?
There's plenty of restaurants that reuse the hard plastic, like the red. Dade Sapp said the red pizza parlors, the red pizza parlor cup. That's a common cup.
True.
That is plastic.
True.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm just telling you, I was right.
You were right, but
Okay.
also you were
But it wasn't a dumb question.
you
to
were
ask. I
overly
just don't
aggressive in your recoil of my question.
Recoil.
You were like, that was you.
there was aggression, Sean.
Yeah, very.
It's like he's allowed to ask you Miami Open and hockey questions, but you're not allowed to ask a cup question.
I guess not.
Ooh,
I guess not.
Jay Fig
No.
with the counter.
We call that.
Woof.
You've been
Wait a minute. You know what? I need my buttons. I need buttons because
What do you mean?
I
Well,
need.
first of
I
all,
need.
You're not
time
ready
out,
for
time out,
buttons.
time
You're not
out,
ready
time
for
out.
buttons.
You're not ready for
You're not
buttons.
ready for buttons.
Come
You
on.
won't
now.
even
talking
know where to
about?
get
Leroy,
them.
buttons and technology that requires technology.
Could you imagine we have to set up another thing for you?
He'll be like, hold on, wait, let me put this one on, and he'll go through page. to
And then the
page,
camera
right?
would just be spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Yeah.
You don't even know how to log in. You know.
I don't. Let me just say this.
Hmm?
I don't appreciate where this has gone.
What? What do you
Right?
mean?
Like, what are we doing here?
Leroy.
I just think I need the same ammo that you have because whether you're right or wrong, you can just hit. You've been boxed in, and
You've been
right.
boxed
I don't want to be.
Leroy's like, I haven't seen a box this loaded since the '87 playoffs.
What else we got, Jennifer? For Goosies, no Goosies.
We have Shannon Sharp and Tracy McGrady defending Bam and his 83 points from Kevin Porter Jr. and Iman Shumpert.
Iman,
yes.
I got the Goosies. Like Iman Shumpert was saying, like Bam shouldn't be talking about it after every game. It was after the Luka game. His point was, and Kevin Porter Jr.'s point was ridiculous that he has to honor Kobe by him passing ridiculous. 81 points.
Like you think you could wait? Well, first of all, there's been 3 guys in the history of the NBA to get more than 80 points, and you think you could just crank it on up and get 80?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? That's the problem I have with this. They're making it sound like, and it's almost like a little bit of, like
it's
jealousy that somebody got 83 points and they didn't.
Yep.
And that's how they're commenting on it. I'm like,
it's all jealousy.
Right. It's a great feat. Leave it at that. It's something incredible. It's something that's only happened twice in anybody's lifetime.
But the thing is that he said that he wanted to do it to respect Kobe.
Yeah.
But then again, let's say if you were to pass the 83,
wouldn't you do it the same way
in it? And then technically, are you honestly honoring him? Are you respecting him?
Here's the problem. Okay,
it just makes no sense.
There's people complaining about how Bam got 80, and if it was that easy, why haven't more people done it?
Yeah.
And also keep in mind, if you look at when Kobe did it, he did it kind of the same way.
Dude, I think anybody, first of all, if you think you're honoring Kobe by you passing Kobe, it makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Like, you're doing the same thing that Bam did.
I don't even understand. You think you love Kobe more than Bam? You think you love Kobe more than Bam loves Kobe? Could you imagine the disgust in Kobe Bryant if Bam Adebayo stopped at 81 and he could have gotten to 83? He'd be like, really?
Yeah.
That's not Mamba.
You're right.
No,
but
that's not that mentality.
That's not Mamba.
By the way, that's not Mamba's a great line.
Yeah.
That's not Mamba. That's not Mamba.
Anyway, I got the Goosies for anybody defending him. For the ones who not, no Goosies for them.
Yeah, I got like I think it's jealousy because you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Goosies galore.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Vlad?
Goosies galore.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I agree.
Goosies galore.
Give us one more, Jennifer.
How do we feel about Easter egg hunts?
No Goosies.
Okay.
What do you mean? Hold on. Egg hunts?
Remember when you were a kid and you would do the Easter
Oh,
egg
we didn't do
hunts?
Easter egg hunts in the hood.
That was a long time ago, and I don't think we were doing Easter egg hunts.
Well,
I'll tell you what's the most no Goosies about Easter egg hunts. Easter eggs that put jelly beans in the Easter eggs.
Oh,
No
yeah.
Goosies.
Unprotected jelly beans. No thank you.
However, Leroy,
that needs to be clipped.
Leroy,
What's up, Vlad?
what do we love about Easter, though?
The chocolate eggs.
The day after.
The day after. Look, I already got a game plan. Listen,
It's
on
solid.
the day after Easter, Publix
Mhm.
and all of like CVS and all of
Walgreens, yeah.
Walgreens, they're gonna
They
take
hate
all
to see you
those.
coming after
They're gonna
that.
take all those peanut butter eggs and put them on the table and sell them for
75% off.
75% off.
Boy.
right? To me, it's just a Reese's cup in a different shape without the paper. So I'm gonna go load up. I throw them in the freezer, and I can just have them all year round.
How many are you gonna get?
I get like 2-3
Let's
bags.
be real. It's not going to last you all year long.
Yeah,
Sure it
that's-
does.
That sounds like May.
Leroy.
No lie. When I
Leroy.
get home, I'm gonna take a picture of. I got half a bag from last year still left.
I'm gonna have to see that picture because I'm gonna tell you something right now. You took out the Halloween candy by
Actually.
Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
And you took out the candy.
Who
by
are you lying
2
to?
days into Lent, you finish all the candies. 2 days into Lent.
Yesterday, how much bags of worms did you rip through? Or
It was
the day
just one
before
little
yesterday?
bag out of the machine.
I don't believe it.
No Goosies for Easter egg hunts. You?
No Goosies. Wait. Listen. First of all, let's just put it out there.
Hmm?
It's an intangibles thing.
Very.
No Goosies.
Like as a youth,
No Easter egg hunts, huh?
no,
Interesting.
no. I ain't go chase.
It's good
Like-
to learn.
And you know what they say? Here's what they'll say. Here, I'm gonna tell you, as a kid, because I was a smart kid, like I didn't want to do any unnecessary work. So if I went over there and had an Easter egg hunt, well, what's in the eggs? They say, can't get no money. I'm good. I got a basket at home.
Jennifer, Goosies? No Goosies?
Listen, I'm gonna say Goosies because
Goosies.
I feel like it's a lost art within kids. I feel like people don't do it anymore.
No.
They're too busy on their iPads and stuff like that.
The intangibles in my house do it. My wife does it.
Me and Ma loves the Easter egg hunt.
No, not me, Mel.
Oh.
When the kids come over for Easter and we eat,
I
they
think
go,
it's
Easter
a
egg
cute thing
hunt.
to do for the kids.
Big Spoon looks like she would love to set up an Easter egg hunt.
You know who else like Easter egg hunt? The dogs.
Vlad, Goosies?
No Goosies.
No Goosies.
Yeah.
No.
But
Well,
that's right on party lines.
Listen, you got me in. Mom, you got me in the suit to go to church.
Yeah.
That's the only. That's it. That's
Put
it
on
for
your
Easter.
church shoes.
I got my Sunday's best on. That's the last time that I'm gonna wear it for the year. I'm good.
we'll take a break. Expected to be joined by Marlins manager Clayton McCullough coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on WQAM. As we are getting very excited. It is a busy-ass time in sports right now, Leroy. We got March Madness resuming tonight. We got all the sports going on, but baseball started up last night. Yeah, the Yankees winning over the Giants. We got a full slate about to start for today. But tomorrow, dude, the real action gets going as our fish get their season underway. Tomorrow is opening night from Lone Depot Park as the Marlins will start up their series. Sandy Alcantara on the hill, getting going against the Rockies. And some very exciting news, Leroy. If any Marlins fan has been wondering, hey, where the hell am I listening to my games this season? Well, you're listening to it, baby. You're home now for Miami Marlins baseball for this upcoming 2026 season, right here on WQAM. So very excited to be your new home for Marlins baseball. And opening night will be tomorrow on the AM dial, AM 560. Pre-game starting at 5:30 p.m. And we're very excited. Going to have lots of interviews planned for you guys, lots of Marlins coverage for you guys. It's Goosies galore, dude. My first sports love is the Marlins, and so excited to see what this year brings. And we got the skipper joining us right here on the guest line. Clayton McCullough joining us here on the program. Skip, happy to have you here. Thanks so much.
Of course, Tobin. Great to have you. Thanks a lot for having me on here.
Yeah, we're excited about this year. How are you feeling? You're a day out. I know it's year 2 for you, but like, do you still get the Goosies? You nervous? Are you excited? Are you antsy? What are the emotions right now being about 24 hours out from this thing?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's certainly going to have some nerves tomorrow leading up to it, which I think is, I mean, you should opening day. It's a big deal. I mean, a lot of work goes into this, and certainly very blessed to be in a major league dugout on opening day and every day. So it'll be a very exciting moment for myself and our ball club. And I hope that feeling of excitement never dims on any opening day that I'm a part of.
Is this the day in say the first month of the season, with all the things you figure, this guy can do this. This is where we're going to use him. Is this like the opportunity? Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we put it together in a way that's going to help us win baseball games. Because right now, it's a theory. And this is with every sport. You have an idea of what your guys are going to do, but until you see it in live action, you really don't know. And to see it come together and see it work, that's probably like the most, gratifying thing.
Yeah, it is. You don't know. You'll make your best. I don't even want to call them guesses, but we do.
Right.
We feel like you kind of start to know, at least feel like these are the strengths that you believe players on the roster have. And you're certainly hoping to be able to put them in a position to be able to go out and perform. And we're excited about the group we have here. And yeah, things change throughout the course of the season. It becomes a very fluid, ordeal. And whether that's performance or whether it's health. And so things change a lot, but it is, opening night, you have really every bullpen arm available. You have, everyone healthy. So you do kind of have a chance to, choose how you want, depending on how that game goes. And then the next day, a lot of times you're just kind of dictated by what went on the night before. So, I don't know how Leroy and Tobin, how right I'll be all the time, but I think at least can, run a good process and try to put our guys in a good position to be successful.
How do you feel like your comfort level is just going into year 2? Like, you get the dream opportunity last year, and you guys had some really good runs in the season, but like, did you come away with it when you just reflected on it in the off season? Did you feel like you wanted to do anything different, anything that was surprising to you about the job, just in general of being the big league manager?
I'd be lying if it didn't say it took some time for just the rhythm of the day to become like my new normal. I mean, there's more things that just on my plate to tackle each day than in prior positions that I held. The speed of the game is different because now the decisions I'm making within the game have a larger scope than they had in the past. So it's certainly it took a few months to just somewhat getting into the groove of the pregame activities, meetings we're having, and now the game unfolding and trying to have some foresight into what's coming down the road within a particular game. So that took a while. And I'd say what's much different this year than last is probably the biggest thing is just the comfortability with everything. That started, even in spring training, went through a whole year with a number of individuals, players, staff alike. And, you kind of hit the ground running, so to speak, in spring training where it wasn't learning faces and names and trying to get a relationship built. So we were able to, use some of that currency we had built as a coaching staff throughout last year as a springboard into this season, and somewhat just kind of build on things that we had put into place, as well as also certainly looking to find and work on, areas that we needed to improve upon.
Do you watch baseball outside of, did you watch the game last night, or do you watch baseball? Because I find myself when I watch football and I see certain situations, I put myself in that situation and say, oh, this is what I would do here. I would take this safety movement. I would do, as a manager who has to go through all these situations so many times a year, when you watch baseball, do you put yourself in that situation and kind of get ready for it?
I do. And I think at the end of it, I'm a fan of baseball. And
Right.
I like watching baseball. I have a 9-year-old son. He's really into it. So probably what's different now when we're watching games together, I'm like, all right, Kyle, look right here. He's going to throw this high fastball, and then he's probably going to go with the spin ball after it, or I bet they're going to have so-and-so ready to face this particular individual. And he's probably
Right.
going to watch, somebody hit. So I think I do look at it through a different lens with a lot of appreciation for not knowing what maybe that particular manager has at his disposal that night,
Right.
So I understand the difficulties there, but I do watch it now maybe a little bit differently than I did in the past. And again, at the end of it, I just, enjoy watching baseball and love players. And so, when I do have some spare time and we're on the road or whatnot, and game's on, I'll watch it for a bit.
I like football and I love playing football, but I think now when I watch it, I watch it for the situations, like the different situations in the sport and how I would beat it or defend it. And it's just a crazy thing because when I played, I never worried about that. I just went out and played.
Yeah, there is, hey, well, why don't they have the infield in right here? Or you're just kind of asking yourself that,
Yes.
okay, what would I do right here? Or you
Yes.
see someone do something and you're like, wow, I'm curious why they chose to do that. Not that I agree or disagree, but almost like, it makes you think a little bit of,
Yes.
because a lot of these same, as a lot of these same situations are going to play out in some of our games at some point. And it's like, maybe we're texting some of their coaches, like, did you guys see that? Like, what do you guys got on that?
Does your son, does he have a favorite player on the team already? Like, is he asking you for the Sandy jersey, the Yuri? Is it Marcy? Like, what swag does he want from you when you go to the ballpark?
Yeah, well, now with the WBC that just went down, he's collected a lot of memorabilia from teams in that. So he's got Dominican gear, he's got Venezuela hat, and so he loves Augustine and he loves Sanoha. I think Sanoha's probably his guy because Sanoha's a great dude, and every time my son's around, he makes a point to go say hi to him, and so. All our guys do. They make him feel right at home here. Uri does it. So he's like most fans, whoever's hot is who he's on board with.
It's I have a 10-year-old, so it's like exactly how it's like, oh, who's the best? That's who I'm rocking with right now. Whoever it is, that's my guy, and I'm gonna go with them. How was that experience for your guys? What was it like for you with the guys being at the World Baseball Classic? It was such a cool event. Really, But like even when I saw Javier Sanoja win it, and then like he's there with Miguel Cabrera, I'm like, that's Goosies galore. Like you got the old school with the new school there, and it's got to be such a cool thing for him. But even just like Marcy getting to be with Italy or Owen Casey with Canada, like did you like this opportunity for them, even if they're not there with you, they're on a big stage right away?
I did. I liked it for them. I think it's hard to. Probably all of us fully appreciate what it meant for a number of our players to be able to go put on their, representative country's uniform, for Sandy to pitch again for the DR here in Miami, like probably how big a deal that, is for him. And Sanoha, as you mentioned, to have his moment there in the championship game and steal a big base. And I mean, there are things that a lot of people are going to remember for a very long time that, and how important I think we saw with the, amount of attention that this tournament took, that it means a lot to people. So I was very happy and proud of the number of players that we had that got a chance to participate in a very, intense environment early on in the season for them. And with our group, there's so many young players that are just experiencing a lot of things for the first time. So to be in some of those environments and also get to represent their countries, I was, more proud sitting back and getting a chance to just, enjoy, watching them on that stage.
Clayton, I want to ask you about, Sandy, and that, like last year he came back from the injury and he kind of started off slow. And one of the things that I get confused with in other sports is the amount of time it takes to get back to, who you were before the injury. And I know that just because you can play doesn't mean that you're 100%. But then at the end of the year, he really got it going. Should we expect a faster start this year when he's already played some intense baseball and now he's, starting the season off tomorrow?
I do think so. I think it's really hard. There's a difference between, guys being healthy and certainly, you have a surgery like that, you miss that amount of time. Okay, you're healthy and by the way, your body feels okay. I feel good again. It's the first time in a while that I feel healthy and the velocity's there and movement's there on your pitches. But what's probably tougher to get is just the feel for being able to execute at a high level again, especially for a pitcher. And that just takes some time because again, your body's different. Like you change, and it's trying to figure out again how does all this work in sequence together. And I think that's what we saw last year was a healthy Sandy at the start of the year, but it just was going to take some time to make up for the amount of competition that he lost and getting back into major league games again, because your margin for error is small. Major league hitters are good, and as he got further away from the rehab and he got more outings under his belt, we started to see the execution really start to improve. And it was the version of Sandy I think many of us have just seen for a very long time. He just executed like he's accustomed to, and that's what he's looked like this spring. He really has thrown the ball very well. He's got some new weapons at his disposal, and I think we all believe that the version we saw the last 12, 13 starts of 25 is certainly more representative of what we're going to see moving forward into 26.
What was that? What was it like for you just with that relationship with him? Because like he's a very intense guy. We've seen him with managers before. I don't want to be taken out of games. And it's a season where it starts off not maybe the way that it wants. Like, was that a feeling out process for you as well of just like a guy who's that accomplished? I know you've been around plenty of good players, but with that just a trepidation of like, hey, I want the best for you in this, and you're working your way back things. So how was that guiding through that relationship your first year with him?
Yeah, Sandy. Yes, he never. I knew he was never going to be happy with me taking the ball out of his hand. I mean, you've seen that. That is what Sandy signs up to go out there and pitch very deep into games, and he'd done it for a very long time. And and one year you're watching, an athlete that's very decorated and is struggling maybe like that for the first time, and trying to understand, like, be patient with this. Like, it's going to come. When it comes, none of us know. And I give him so much credit for how he never made excuses. He never shied away from what was going down. He just put his hard head on every day and was going to go figure out, a way to continue to get better. And that's what he did. He never made an excuse, and it made it reverberated through our clubhouse. They saw that, like, here's your leader that is just, right now struggling, but he's not hiding from this. He's going to keep getting better. And yeah, I mean, we talked a lot because we all felt for him, right? I mean, this guy has been very good for a long time. And when things started to turn and we started to see it, and he started to see it, it became a lot more fun for him and us. So we had a lot of conversations, and I appreciate how Sandy was always very respectful of decisions that were made and conversations that we had. Because again, wanted to look out, the best for him and also our team. And he persevered through that, and we saw a really strong man come out at the end of it and handle some really difficult times as professionally as you could do it.
With Aori Perez's year coming up, like, this kid, I mean, blows the doors off everybody like right away. What's like that process of a kid being so good so young, and then like knowing how to guide like his next steps of the career and dealing with ups and downs, because there's obviously going to be ups and downs at points. It's baseball. but you see the talent. It just like it floors all of us when we watch him. So like, is there an interesting responsibility as a manager, just like kind of honing that journey as well for him, knowing that like there's still going to be ups and downs, but you obviously can see the kid looks special.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, Yuri was so talented at such a young age that things happened very quickly for him, and he got the major league level, very, very rapidly. And there's still, he's going to be doing a lot of learning at this level, and but the talent is, we know it's there, and he's going to. The exciting thing is we're going to have a chance to have Yuri from opening day, through the end of the year, his first time, doing that and taking down a full major league season of work. And, the part about Yuri is he just I told him yesterday, like, Yuri, I'm not expecting perfection. No one is. Like, yes, you're going to have some starts that don't go great. You're going to have some bumps in the roads. That's what, every starting pitcher goes through. And then you just learn on those days when things aren't going great. How do you just keep us in the game? And, the days when everything clicks with your talent level, the days where you go 7, strike out 12, and everything's wonderful. So there's still a lot of in front of Yuri that he's just going to have to learn at the major league level. And it's an exciting part because when they have that type of talent and a really, open-minded, hardworking young man, a great mentor in Sandy, he's got people around him and resources that are going to, help him continue to take steps.
We got Marlins manager Clayton McCullough joining us here, and as we announced at the top of this, very excited. WQM is going to be your new flagship station for Miami Marlins baseball. Opening night tomorrow, you'll be able to hear on the AM dial, AM 560. Pregame starts at 5:30 p.m. with our coverage. Couple more before we get you out of here, Skip. We had a little debate before in the show. I want to know, do you have say in whether or not the roof could be open or not? Are you allowed to make the call ever when maybe it's a little hot? We want to smoke out the opponent a little bit. Do you have say in whether or not the roof is open for a game?
I don't have say. I do like it when it's open because we know that at some point it's going to be closed for the majority of our games. So, no, I get if it's open, it's open, and if it's closed, it's closed.
Who makes the call? Who's the roof man?
That's a good question. Who our actual roof man is?
He's
I'm not sure. I have to go dig into that a little bit more.
Okay.
Hey, he's not the last roof guy because the last roof guy had the roof open and it rained. Could you imagine
that did happen one time?
Can you imagine having a roof that closes and you have it open and it rains?
That's South Florida. It's like it's
South Florida.
Have you seen the new ballpark snack that they are advertising, the machete? Have you seen the giant quesadilla item that they are going to be serving at the ballpark this year?
I haven't had a chance to see that yet, but a large quesadilla sounds delicious, and I will certainly have to make sure I have one of those this year.
What is your favorite dugout snack? What are you having during the games?
Seeds and gum. I don't do a lot of eating in the dugout. Kind of go back and forth. Seeds, gum. That's my go-to.
Is there a rhythm to it? Like, is it if it's going good, seeds, then to gum if it's bad? Like, how does that go for you?
Yeah, I try to hold off on the seeds because it's like kind of like a bag of potato chips. Like once you start going into it, you can't stop. And then I'm just kind of eating them. So gum, and if we're scoring, if the starting pitcher is doing well, I try to keep the same piece of gum in or a combination of a couple pieces. And then we give up runs or we need to rally, then maybe I'll change out some pieces.
And how concerned are you when Tyler Phillips smacks himself in the face when he comes into these games? Are you ever worried about him?
No.
That's him. That's him.
Those guys in the bullpen they're a whole nother breed. They are whatever they need to do to get themselves amped up for that. I just look the other way and let them go do their thing.
Fair enough. Skip, we're excited about this season. Marlins season gets going tomorrow. You guys can hear it right here on WQAM, starting our coverage at 5:30. Clayton McCullough, excited for the year, excited for you guys to be here, and thank you for spending so much time with us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate the visit. Thanks a lot.
There you go. Marlins and Rockies get going tomorrow. Very excited about it. Very excited.
How to tell you? Like talking to him.
Yeah, it was a delight.
It was fun.
Very much so.
Were you upset?
No, I wasn't upset. I think I got like a little wink, like wink. Maybe I do, because he doesn't even know. Oh, I don't know the roof man.
Hold on. Sure, dude. Did you see how many people backed away from that decision when it rained?
It was like 10 years ago.
It don't
It only
matter.
happened one
Dude,
time.
you spend all this money and get the city to spend all this money on the roof that closes and it rains?
I do like when the roof is open, though. It like the ballpark is awesome. I mean, the
Well,
ballpark, I love the ballpark no matter
so
what, but
this
I
time of
love
year-
it when it's open.
There's nothing better than being at a baseball game and being able to look up and see clear skies.
And smell
I think
food.
it's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
And the
dude.
smell of that food.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then a tall boy. Oh,
Hey,
throw
but-
back some beers.
Woo, I mean,
We doing this tomorrow?
yeah,
I mean, we
got-
are broadcasting out there tomorrow. I mean, we can wander out there. To the
No,
game.
but I need to get the machete.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
dude. We need to
split it.
find that thing.
We need to
Hell
find it.
yes.
But it might be too soon.
I don't know.
What time is the game?
What do you
7?
mean to say?
Ah,
I
yeah, the
guess,
game's
yeah.
at
Yeah.
7.
5 hours before.
We
they're
can't
not
we
getting-
can't have
they're
a
not-
pre-made one. That's marketing, baby. We're the home
Yeah.
now. We're the home of the fish.
Oh, man.
True.
That's
Who
marketing.
can we talk to?
Who can we talk to get a machete to our booth?
Yeah.
Not the roof guy.
Glenn,
Not the roof
Really?
guy. Can't call the roof guy.
tell him we want a machete.
What else would we have?
Bring us the machete.
So it's
Jessica
can I
Rabbit.
just say this? There's only 2 places I eat popcorn.
Hmm?
Baseball game, a baseball game, and when I go to a movie.
Mm.
That's it. So I'll have popcorn. I'm not a big fan of the peanuts at the ballpark. And I
Oh,
will,
they got the best peanuts. So.
and I will always
Pause.
get a hot dog.
They-
But I got to tell you,
Hmm?
like I've been falling off with the hot dogs at baseball stadiums.
Why?
you don't like the buns?
Yeah, because the buns are like when you play for it. Like if you have a weak homestand, you get no same buns.
I ain't gonna lie. He's got a point. They-
You get no same buns.
You're
So
not wrong.
you might get a fresh hot dog, but the bun is from last week.
so you want fresh buns?
Yeah. So sometimes I just avoid the hot dog just because of that. I try to get foods without bun, and I can't stand nachos.
Wow, you're crazy.
That
dude.
it's
raggedy
dirty?
cheese,
I love the raggedy
that
cheese.
raggedy melted.
Oh, that's the
melted
best. What are you
too,
talking about?
dude,
I used to
no.
have to hook up that machine when I worked concessions at the
No,
Dolphins games.
yes, a cheese machine.
Had that giant.
Dude,
It was in.
you're glad.
Well, it
He's
comes-
making my point.
It comes in a big
He
bag.
says, "Hey, I can see you now, Tommy. Take this over and hit up the cheese machine."
No, dude, you do. You have to like hook it into the cheese.
Yeah, it's a big bag.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
bag.
a bag of
But
cheese.
it warms up. It
no,
warms
I'm
up.
out. I'm out.
You're great. What about the ice cream on a helmet?
Nope.
Oh, you don't like ice cream. Do you like the ice cream in a helmet?
I do.
I love the ice cream in a
Last
helmet.
time I went, I did have
So
some ice
good.
cream.
I tell you what I used to like at Hard Rock.
Hmm?
The big cookie.
Oh,
it was hot.
man.
It was under that oven. Oh, it was nice and hot.
I will say Hard Rock has the best ice cream machine out there.
That's by the big cookie.
Yeah.
The ice cream by the big cookie. They have almost an ice cream stand.
Marlins
It's
too.
not, huh?
Marlins got good ice cream.
The ice cream,
Yeah.
that's a notorious one.
Like,
the
that's
ice cream
notorious.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
think the Heat got the popcorn locked down. The Heat got the popcorn
Yeah.
locked down.
Well, we appreciate Clayton McCullough for joining us. We got Pirates and Mets underway right now. They just started up there. O'Neal Cruz with a leadoff single to get things going for the Pirates season. They got Paul Skeens on the hill. And we'll bring you Marlins and Rockies tomorrow starting at 5:30 p.m. for your first pitch from Marlins Park. We'll be out there live broadcasting our show from Lone Depot Park and excited to bring that to you. We're also excited to bring to you a little Heat coverage. Brady Hawk from 5 Reasons Sports, 5 on the Floor, and SI.com/Heat. We'll talk a little Miami Heat with Brady coming up next. Let's get to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaHollywood.com. One of the best covering the Miami Heat reporter from 5 Reasons Sports, Brady Hawk, joining us here on the program. As your Miami Heat, they snapped their 5-game losing streak, thank God, yesterday. Brady, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm feeling better than now that we got a win in the books. It's been like way too long. I'm glad you brought me on after a win and not the 3 weeks of misery.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Were you surprised yesterday that they went a different starting lineup, that they put Norm and Tyler together?
For sure. I mean, that definitely was surprising. I think they're trying to get away from the Norm and Tyler thing as much as possible. But my read on it is it's easier to stagger the two when you start them. Like, I think Spo quickly realized after bringing one off the bench that it almost led to them playing more together, because then you're subbing in and out in their closing quarters. Whereas when they start, you take one out early, you kind of play one with a different lineup, you kind of roll from there. And then you saw, I mean, you know the direction Spo's going. You saw Tyler didn't close last night. I mean, they closed with one of them. I think you kind of looking at where this is going. I think that's kind of the right move. Not saying Tyler not to close, but I think it's ideal that one of them should probably be closing, because late in games, you see what happens defensively when they both are out there.
You see what happens, all right.
Yeah, so you have to – you just can't close with them. And then obviously the offensive thing, like, you could probably get away with them closing if the offense was above average, which was kind of the expectation when you brought them in. But the issue is the offense hasn't been there. I think the adjustment last night, though, is the way to fix this Tyler Norm thing offensively is just let them bomb away from three. Like, that's how this is going to work. When we saw this on paper, when they brought them in, it's like, okay, well, Tyler could create on the ball. Norm can just fire off the catch like some of these other guys have in the past, or vice versa. The thing has been, there's been over dribbling from both of them. The foul baiting, there's been too much down the lane. Like, if they just played their game and fired away from three, I think it can be okay offensively. And you saw that in the first half. I mean, they make 7 threes or 6 threes in the first half. So, yeah, that's the way to get around it. But, yeah, I still think they're trying to avoid it as much as possible and trying to stagger.
Yeah, we know why, because they want to avoid this. They want to avoid the elation. It needs to work defensively. Like, that's what they got to try and avoid that at all costs when it comes to their business. Unbelievable.
This man has way too much time on his hands.
Hey, man.
You only laugh to prevent from crying when it goes bad, Leroy. That's what it's for.
That's right.
I liked, though, yesterday, obviously the thing that I loved at the end, because Kel'el was really in a funk. I don't know what the hell was going on. I'm searching for answers, but his performance yesterday almost felt like it added more to the win. It wasn't just your run-of-the-mill win. The fact that they did close with him and the way that he performed, what did you think about his performance?
Yeah, I always think when he's involved offensively, he is just better energy-wise. Like, he's better defensively. He's better in the other parts of the game. The fact that he was involved a little bit early where he got those 2 threes to drop, and then he was just involved from there. I think the biggest thing with Kel'el in terms of making him work is being in the right lineups. It always seems like that for me. Like, I watched him last night. I think that was a great lineup they got to, which was basically Tyler with the second unit, which was Tyler, Kaz, Pelle, Jaime, and Kel'el. It's just Kel'el being able to kind of play his role defensively. And it's like, okay, when I get the board, I'm going to find any of the 4 of them, and they're just running. Like, they're going, and we're going to play fast, and we're going to play that style. I think that was good for him. And then you add in the fact that you have, a backcourt of Kaz and Tyler that are really good outside shooters. You have Jaime and Pelle, which what those 2 guys are going to do running to the basket. It feels like Kel'el's role offensively is a little more figured out with that group. So he was able to space the floor. He was able to knock down a couple threes. But, yeah, I think the plus-minus was just insane. I mean, the fact that I don't think we ever thought we'd see a number like that when Bain was playing. Like, that's pretty unreal. But, yeah, his energy was real. Part of that plus-minus was skewed just because of that third quarter, the insane turnaround in that part. It's 37-20. But still, I still think he played a great game. And honestly, I think he needs a game like that to move forward, to have the confidence, because he's such a confidence and rhythm player. And I also think it's not a bad thing to have kind of Spo kind of turning his ways a little bit, where he's kind of propping him up instead of going the opposite direction. They're like, okay, the other one wasn't working. Like, we tried the thing where we were just going to yell at him 24/7, and it really wasn't going to change anything. So let's try the Nico method, where we're just going to continue to prop him up and put him in and praise him and give him minutes and do all this stuff. We'll see how he responds. But, yeah, he looked good last night.
Brady, one of the things that I see when I see Kel'el, and they get mostly frustrated on the defensive end. But when you're playing with Norm or you're playing with Tyler and they get beat off the dribble so quick, it puts Kel'el as a young player in a bad spot. I saw it happen with Bam, but Kel'el always takes the heat for that. And I think a lot of it had to be frustrating for him because, hey, it happened a lot with Wemby. Hey, do I step up and stop the ball and give up the dunk, or do I sit back and let this guy make a layup? But the problem is not Kel'el, it's the guys up top who can't stop a guy from getting into the paint. Why is he taking all the heat for that?
Yeah, I mean, teams are not only, like, to your point, are looking for Tyler and Norm to get the switch, and then it's immediately, let's call the big and run a pick and roll. And what that means is it's a 2-on-1 every time. So Kel'el is basically, you're right, he is put in a bad position. I don't think Spo gets as ticked off at those possessions as he does. Like, let's go back to the Spurs game where there was the possession where Cornette got like 2 or 3 offensive rebounds over him in a row. Like, I think it's those effort plays in between. It's funny because, like, you bring up guys like Kel'el, or Wemby or Mobley or some of these smaller bigs. I feel comfortable with him guarding those guys. I mean, you saw the block last night from Kel'el on Mobley. Like, he could wall some of those guys up. It sounds crazy. I worry about Kel'el more when it's a Cornette type or a Sengun or some of those
size.
With size. Yeah, he can't really do anything in that department. Like that's the issue, and he's going to get boxed out and he's going to kind of get thrown around in there. But the defensive stuff, I think he's been better. Like, he's been better containing. He's been better in some of those things. They yell at him some stuff with help and being in the right spot. That's going to come along. Like, that's going to be figured out. But the other thing is, I talked about lineups for that second unit. I think Kel'el looks a whole lot better next to Bam. I mean, I'm watching him late in that game last night. Like, it just – you're mentioning, it's so much pressure on him defensively. There's less pressure on him defensively when Bam's out there. When Bam's able to cover all that up, you kind of saw that. So it's like there's just so much less pressure on him on that end. So, yeah, I still think lineups are the biggest thing with Kel'el. Like, not putting him out there with some of the weaker defenders. I think putting him out there with the quicker guys that are just more up-tempo, because I think when the game gets slowed down and brought into the half court, he naturally bogs down a little bit, or he can get a little lazy. You can't get lazy, though, when you're playing with Jaime and Pelle and Kaz. You can't. They're just constantly 100% going, diving to the floor, doing all this stuff that he's almost forced to run up and down the floor, and I think that it's benefits him.
You think Spo will stick with this method until it doesn't work? Because in games past, it's like a whole different lineup the next game.
Yeah, I think part of we got to see what Jaime's situation is, because I think that does play a factor in this. If Jaime misses some time with a sprained ankle or something like that, I think it could change some things. But I think he does. Like, I first, like I said before, I was looking at it like, why this is not the shift. Like, going back to Tyler Norm to start games, I don't think that's the answer here. But I think it really is him saying, okay, well, we almost could play them less together if we do this. Like, we could just see what happens early in the game together, let them bomb away from 3, and then let's pull one of them and let them run, these certain lineups. And then it makes it easier. Then you can run a little bit more Kel'el and Bam. You can kind of work in some of these other lineups and kind of, weave in and out. The issue is, and I guess it really isn't an issue, but the fact that Pelle Larsson got a demotion, which I feel like he's probably highest on the team in need of a promotion. Like, he's been that good. He's been one of the most available, consistent, best players. And he gets put on the bench, but he wasn't impacted. I mean, he still plays a ton of minutes. He plays the entire fourth quarter. I thought he saved that game last night. Like, totally, he did. Like, top to bottom. Like, the plays in between, that save, that into Kel'el into the dunk, the 3, the getting to the line. I mean, he gets 7 for 7 from the line. I've never seen a role player have the respect of the official, but I don't know if it's respect. It's just he's just a bowling ball. Like, he just runs into people and he forces you to foul him. Like, role players don't usually get to the line as often as he does. So credit to him in that game. I mean, he's the Swiss Army knife where you can run different lineups. Like, you could either run Kel'el and Bam together, or you could pull Davion and not bring in that extra defender because you have Pelle the size down. Like, he is the perfect guy to kind of close games out. So maybe the first 4 to 5 minutes of the game don't really matter. I mean, Pelle can come in at the 6-minute mark and be fine and be impactful. But yeah, I do kind of think he does stick with this lineup for a little bit and then tries to lean into that youthful second unit.
Yeah, it's very impressive. We're talking to Brady Hawk. You guys can catch his work with 5 Reasons Sports, 5 on the Floor podcast, and go read his work at si.com/heat. Does a fantastic job, boots on the ground, covering the Miami Heat. But yeah, like, Spo, obviously Bam's number 1 with like the apple of his eye, but Pelle is becoming a close second, because I mean, like, the way he fawns over him, just with that energy nonstop. And I do think it's interesting, like, with the starting of him, like, it is an interesting ego dance he has to do with Tyler and Norm, because Norm clearly did not like coming off the bench. Like, that's bothered him. We know we've done the Tyler thing left and right. Neither one of you could really like bitch about it if you both start. And if it's just rolling with Pelle, it's rolling with Pelle at the end. Sorry. Like that's and that's how it's probably going to go. And maybe there'll be games where they need to tap into both of them just because they need to find some shooting. But I just don't know how you could take this guy out of important moments. He's just looked that important to him.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Spo part of this. I said before this past game, I'm kind of over the feelings part of the rotation, like trying to appease this guy and trying to appease that guy. I mean, with the position they're in, like, go play who you want. Like, I don't even care. If you're fully healthy and you think Myron Gardner gives you the best chance to go win a basketball game on that night, play Myron Gardner. Like, I just think you have to play those type of guys, and it doesn't matter about feelings, all that stuff. So, yeah, they can't complain if they're both starting. I mean, the only complaint they can make is, why am I not closing? But if you're winning, nobody's making that case. Nobody's bringing that part of it up. But yeah, Pelle is – I don't see a position where he's not closing. Like, if Wiggins wasn't in foul trouble, Wiggins is closing that game probably, but I don't think it's in place of Pelle. Like, they're probably playing together and able to kind of run it up a little bit. Defensively, he's just too important for them. Like, we talk about the in-between plays and everything, but he legitimately – guards 1 through 5. Like he is everywhere on that end of the floor. And the issue early on in his career was that he was so good defensively, overly physical, that he was getting in foul trouble and his minutes were being impacted by that. Hasn't been the case like all season. Like he stays on the floor. He's able to be impactful. He's doing all that stuff. And offensively, like I said, the drives, there was one play where it was a chaotic play. I think Tyler missed the 3, the ball bounced back out to him. And he took like a hard attack to the basket and laid it in with the left hand over like 2 guys in the fourth corner. It was like a really swing play at the beginning of the fourth. Like, they don't have many guys that put that type of pressure on the rim. So they need that late in games. And I think they could work around it. It's easier to play Tyler and Norm closing games if you have Pelle, Wiggins, and Bam. Or let's even say if you want to throw Ware and Bam in there just because you have the size. Like, it's easier to work around that a little bit. But I don't see it. I think they're going to, if they want to go win, especially against good teams, like they could throw Tyler Norm out there to get some of these bad teams late in games. They could run the table, light them up offensively, and do all that. But we've seen these good teams come to town, and they could pick them apart late. So they're going to have to lean on their better defenders.
It's going to be interesting to see what Pelle's like career projects to be, right? Because it's like you find this guy in the second round. He obviously will always be a fine role player, but like we even saw like in that Bucks game right before they hit the losing streak, like how clutch he was late. And it's just kind of, because I always thought like, oh, he's going to be like their version of TJ McConnell, but like maybe there's more here. Like, I don't know like what the projection is of like what his overall NBA impact is, because you don't ever know with older players like when they peak, but I don't know, man. Like, this guy just always feels like he's got a critical play and can come up with basically whatever the hell you need.
Yeah, the issue is I just think he's going to be an elite role player. Like that, I think that's going to be his role, because as soon as you move into like number 2 option territory and he's being schemed up against, the offense isn't coming as clean. Like, his offense is coming off chaotic, just random plays like mixed in. So I think that part of it. But that's it. I mean, if your like ceiling is an elite role player in this league, that is a pretty great ceiling for a second round pick. Like, that is a great player, a great position. You're going to make a lot of money in this league doing that. So yeah, I don't really know what he can become, I guess, in the future. I mean, there's certain guys we talk about that have higher upside on this team, but I mean, some of these older guys come in. I mean, it was the case with Jaime. It's the case with Pelle. Just because they played a few years in college, it's like, okay, these are high floor guys. They can't get better. Yes, they can. Like, just because you're 23 years old doesn't mean you can't get better until you're 27. Like that's a case here. So I think he can grow. I mean, the fact that last year he was not this good on the ball. I mean, he went into Summer League where they said, okay, here's the ball. He went into Eurobasket. They said, here's the basketball. And he grew into this. So, I mean, as much as they could put on his plate, I think he could benefit from it. But I mean, it's just a guy I just don't see Spo or the Heat wanting to let go of. Like, I know they gave Nico the extension a little bit early. I know they did different things, but it's like, they don't want to lose this guy. But then it's also, you mentioned upside. What do you guys think of, we see some of these guys go to other teams and they don't pan out the same. So if Pelle was to leave tomorrow and go to another team, whether it's signing somewhere else or is he still this Pelle Larsson, or is this kind of a benefit of kind of this style?
I think sometimes the Heat do an incredible job of maximizing what your talents are. And when you see a guy on another team and see what he does either against you or against other guys, you trying to fit him into a different role, right? And so he comes in, he goes to another team, and they go, okay, we want 10 to 15 points and we want you to be a wing defender. And how the Heat do it is kind of different in that they make demands of you to be a certain player, a certain type player, put you in this role, and it doesn't always translate. It doesn't always, like, for example, an excellent three-point shooter, but who are you playing with that gives you those open shots? You go to another team and you got a defender in front of you, and now you can't dribble. Like, it just, so it fits here. I don't know how it is transferable to another team, because a lot of times when they sign you to a bigger contract to get your services, they are projecting you to do something they really haven't seen you do yet.
Yeah, kind of like you'd almost like look at somebody like Gabe Vincent. And it's like, well, if you're not going to just stand in the corner and hit threes, like, because Pelle's not like the greatest shooter, but like he'll come up with big shots. But it's just everything. It's just, I don't know how it works, but you know that this organization would value it to a top point. But it's a fascinating thing to see what he's been able to bring to them.
Yeah, he's just been, I think, one of their most. I mean, you said other than Bam, I think he's been one of their most consistent players. Like, in terms of availability, like, that's a big part of this season with certain guys being out. He is there every night, like giving you 100% too, like playing big minutes, doing all this stuff. So like that's part of this too. And I say it again, like, I just think that the improvements he's made offensively, like the stuff he's able to do, and also like Bam the other night making those comments about like, we need Myron Gardner energy. Like, he was like it also probably fits Pelle Larsson. Like, I think Pelle was probably looking around the room when he heard those comments. It was like, I mean, I feel like I give Myron Gardner energy. Like, I feel like I'm going at it and fighting everybody.
Looking to the side, he goes, "You know, I didn't mean you."
Right.
You know what?
You out. Like,
he's like, "You know who I was talking about." And then he like looks over to the other locker room. He goes, "You know who I was talking about, dude." He's like,
So,
"We don't. You don't need my comfort. I know. You know who it was." Oh man. Hey Brady, appreciate the time, man. Again, go listen to Brady on 5 on the Floor with 5 Reasons Sports, and go read his work, si.com/heat, and Brady Hawk 305 on Twitter. He is one of the best doing it, if not the best doing it, covering the Miami Heat. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.